I didn't.
Potent delivery. ZLMAO.
I didn't hit Y. Thanks for the resub, bro. Appreciate you. And then we need. What's the upgrade for the Badger in Type 2? Like, what do I replace a Type 2 Badger with? Does anybody know?
Badger is the best.
Okay, so it's best.
Alright, now mommy, daddy button.
If you want to.
Yeah, now get back inside. Get back inside. Get back inside. It doesn't look like they're gonna stop. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out!
Make sure to keep all your windows locked. Do you surrender? You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out. Truth or dare. Get me out.
That's fun. Just go and murder a bunch of civilians for a goddamn pair of sunglasses because you get fired in the fucking market. Ah. I want my shades. I want my goddamn shades of gray. 50 shades. Let's go. Come on.
I start dancing and you look at yourself, SMH.
Obviously, I don't want to look at that shit. You did, are you? No, you just lied there, chilling.
How much 3%?
Aaron, we had to get government cheese and powdered milk.
They don't use boxes or patterns. CS Digital Design. Vote back.
That's cool. I guess. Just means the Canadians got a bigger boob fetish than we do. They've got such a big boob fetish, they gotta get their milk from a bag. I'm so sorry. Because it wasn't all sexuality. But today it's like, yeah, more head, please. Dick, more head, please come to the counter. Oh, wow. Really? Like, come on. I thought growing up with a name like Sylvester was bad. But fuck, Dick Moorhead. Well, we can't land on it, but we don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I said. Where's the front door?
You just killed the engine. I mean, it has to stay there, right?
Wow.
You don't want to do that because it'll float.
They will open for you.
Are they really?
God damn, how many fucking guns are what is this?
How did I?
It kicked me.
Wow.
got this question. You guys can head back.
Good cube.
Go ahead. Go to the ship.
I think I'm bigger than you, buddy. Oh shit!
Just casually holding a wheelie there.
I saw that. Brought to you by NVIDIA 4080. With 16 gigabytes of VRAM, can't go wrong. Other than the fact they're price gouging the f out of people right now.
Kaezlo. Heck yeah.
I'm almost there.
What do you think? Interplanetary. When you need something with a little more. Yeah, that's our drinking.
You know how when you pulled like the legs off the cockroach and it starts running in a circle? I think that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Kaezlo. That's a permanent decision.
Pretty sure that's where I'm at.
That's the whole point. So we're in trouble.
Raisin. Dead tested.
I don't think that was
Not excited. Really?
I got better stamina.
You fucker! That just completely killed me.
Are you dead?
I'm gone.
Oh, see? That's how you do it. See how easy that was? You are so fucking lucky I'm out of ammo, bro. You are so lucky I'm out of ammo. You almost ate lead.
One of the guys was walking around unarmed. I literally just walked past him.
Free follow rich. Said LMA.
Snow chopping's loud today. Oh, I know what's up. I'm trying to figure out why Star Citizen's so goddamn loud. I think I turned it up. Ah, bitch! Right? Make sure it's off before you log out. I think that's anybody. I don't think it's just Frog.
He's trying to control your
I'm not destroying nothing. I just went.
I'm getting the fuck out of there.
I didn't do it.
Now can he get out of there without promotion?
Excellent.
that face with the Pisces flag.
I pride myself in
Diop.
service.
Good expression.
Because I'm the boss, the king, the Shah. Say what I wish. Football talking about. Have some in column A, try out column B. I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me?
Sure.
Start.
I was thinking that.
I ain't no sugar overdose and head beat. I'm surprised I'm not that. I'm not even Wait,
I mean, we're here now, so.
it's a good childhood.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
So is it just me being a dumbass and not paying attention that it's actually in my keybind?
I said, just don't blow it up.
Deep Speech West. Lol.
Really, think about it. They have done such a good job. Did it get you?
Said, do you want to run a couple of combat mission with me and that rented Titan to see how we get on? MKX4. Said, I'm back now. El Capitan. Said, nah, I'm still up lol. DPT Tomato King. Said, better job than you did at keeping your shit together. Anakin Gamer. Said, what just happened LMAO.
Somebody was taunting me and sitting in front of me, and so I just, I couldn't shoot him. We were in armistice zone, so I figured I'd run into him and see what if I did any damage. I died. I died fast. Like, there was no contest. Totally got him too. There's no way that was black. They did not survive. How can you see it? It looks like strapped from a laptop bag, dude. Like, who told you this was a good fashion idea?
Oh, this font is actually nice. I'm already down to 20.
You should beat their ass.
I'm already down to 25 million.
Randall Park. Looks like Randall Park. Hi, Randall.
Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. Bound to believe everything they scream.
I'm here to enjoy myself and make some friends, maybe. Right? Digital friends are still friends.
They're bastards and they deserve to be hung up from the art. Arr.
I don't know what that was about. They're like a Scotch thing where you just like pop it up a little bit, you know, like the buddy hops.
Why are you guys
We're not having either engine in the back. Ah, fizzled it. Fizzled it.
You should probably go. It's gonna come up. Look at this dude. I'll take back.
Oh, it's over there. It's just because I was so close to this. Over here.
You can actually drop
Red
it.
if US on first, what S on second?
Not that big ass thing.
I mean, it's on there.
Alright, let's go. And just like
Kaboom.
that. Oh, wait, I'm still held.
Oh, there it goes.
I did the,
Great.
I did the
Interplanetary.
little, yeah, I did the little one. The little team shit. I got like 5
I like Jakes. Jakes are great shit. Get you where you need to go. Get the job done. Make interplanetary. You need something? A little more? Oh shit, did I hit you, medic?
Medics
I would
on
have like literally nailed the jump.
Four.
All the bodies are shaking. Everything.
There it is.
Medic funds guarantee. Heavily damn below.
Well, I'm not dumb, but I can't understand how he can lift me in the air just by raising his hand. Oh, my Yoda. But I can't understand how he can lift me in the air just by raising his hand. Where's my camera? I don't know where my camera is. C-A-M-E-R-A.
Morning.
There it is. Morning. How you doing, Anakin? So, it is sometime after 6 p.m. Pacific time. Pretty sure, no matter where you are, it's after 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Anakin Gamers.
At least it is
In
for
the
me,
way
and that's
fairly
what we're going
today.
by. So, seems that you've stumbled upon the night shift. Yes, that's this place. That would be here, the night shift, where we bridge that gap between yesterday and tomorrow. And we do that by playing video games, talking about irreverent shit. We try to avoid some things, but it's fun to talk about stuff and have conversations that really don't matter. Am I a bit passionate at times? Yes, I am. Might I seem like I'm attacking you?
Anakin
Sometimes,
Gamers.
depending on what you say,
Oh,
I might
thought
actually
this
be.
was the Minecraft
For the most part, though,
convention.
we're here to have a good time, enjoy ourselves, and chat about things that maybe you can't chat about with other people, you know? And, yeah. Sometimes I am attacking you because, well, frankly, some people deserve to be. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with y'all. We do talk about crazy shit here, but we don't generally attack people.
We don't try to bully people or any of that bullshit, right? If somebody asks you to stop, shut the fuck up, then you should probably stop, shut the fuck up. If it's in jest, it's usually pretty obvious. Sometimes it's not, but hey, everybody's got a different sense of humor, right? The idea, though, is that we're not pissing people off or making people feel singled out. Unless, of course, you deserve being singled out, in which case we will single the fuck out of you. That said, we'll do our best not to bully anybody because that's against the rules. And frankly, shooting people in the foot inside of Star Citizen doesn't count as bullying because you know what? We have a good time with it. And we usually carry a medic bay so that you can fix your foot in the event that we shoot you in the foot. But hey, that's Star Citizen, right? At least it's not Tarkov and we're not shooting people in the back of the heads when they spawn in with their team. Because that sucks. You ever played Tarkov? You know that sucks. And they call it Welcome to Tarkov, bitch. But hey, we're doing Welcome to Star Citizen tonight, and if you've never played Star Citizen before, you're missing out. In a lot of ways, both good and bad. Because the game is not finished. It's not a full game. It is an alpha live service thing. Which means that there are bugs, there are issues, it's not done. And you're probably gonna lose shit that you don't wanna lose, but hey, that's what happens. I've lost a C2 this week, an A2 this week, and several other ships because hey, I was using them. And if you use ships, you're more likely to use them when they do an update that's not supposed to wipe anything. But if the ship's been used recently, it's going to be gone. I lost an 890 jump that way.
Anakin
I
Games.
still haven't got it back.
You
And I'm
lost your
sad.
dick this week.
I liked my jump. It's great for shenanigans with multiple people. But multiple people need to play in order for that to be fun. And multiple people haven't really been playing with us. It's been like our buddy Void. No, I lost my dick on the first update. Anywho, I'm Kaezlo, and hit that follow button if you want to know when we go live, because we do not go live on a schedule. Our schedule is sometimes after 6 p.m. And some days we won't be live. But if you really want to know, the best way to know is to join our Discord and hang out in there and make sure you have the @news tag, because that tag will tell you when we go live. Usually. Or I'll tell you that we're not going live. I don't always @news people, but hey, you know what? Just join the channel and you'll know, right? The Discord channel for that. It's all like logistics. That's the word, logistics. It's a good word, logistics. Such a great, strong word, you know? What is logistics? It's everything that involves logging. What is logging? I don't fucking know at this point. Depends on who you ask. You asking a lumberjack or you asking a database admin? Very different things, right? And they mean kind of completely different things, I think. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm not looking the word up though. If somebody wants to and let us know, that's, well, you know, by all means.
Welcome to the ASOP.
And yes, tonight I'm listening to myself talk. I don't know why, I just decided to. But I think the audio's okay. I didn't exactly hear any crackling, so that's all that matters. Alright. Microphone might be a little too loud though. I didn't actually adjust the volume on that today. Okay. So, first things first, we start the day out with a little bit of news. There were some things going on this week. A lot of things going on this week. And we're gonna go tap on some things because they're important. At least to me, and maybe some others. Okay. Right. So, as I predicted, Bobby Kotick. We're not going there. Bobby Kotick, whatever his name is going to be leaving Activision on January 1st, 2024. So what does that mean? It means the Microsoft merger went through. That's right. Microsoft is now the proud owner of Activision Blizzard and King, so ABK, the organization that brings us such bangers as World of Warcraft and the Call of Duty franchises. And that's pretty much about it, because that's all they do is World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, and whatever King does, that Candy Crash shit. Is that what it is? They do Candy, right? Yeah, Candy Crash. No? Oh, Candy Crush. My bad. Sorry, y'all. I would hate to misinform you about this. Oh. Wait. Oh, shit. Turns out, Activision Blizzard actually has other games like Diablo 4, Diablo Immortal, something called Warcraft Rumble and Classic Wrath of the Lich King, as well as like some old shit called StarCrack. That's right? No? Craft. Oh, Craft. Oh, like Warcraft. Oh! Wait, so are they related? No. They're completely different games. One's RTS and one's an MMO at this point. Oh. And they don't make the RTSs anymore because RTSs are like ancient and old school. We played one yesterday, but they're out the door. Nobody cares about that shit anymore. So StarCraft's been sitting on the back burner. Kind of like anything else that Activision thought, or Bobby Kotick thought, wasn't going to make them any money, which basically means Call of Duty. So hopefully, with this merger, we might see something other than Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and a Diablo every 10 years. I don't know. I would like to see some things revitalized, maybe allowed other people to make projects, like revitalize the Quest 4 series, you know, Quest for Glory, King's Quest, Space Quest, Police Quest. Like, those games would be great to bring back somehow, like revitalize those franchises, because they shouldn't have died in the first place, right? Anywho, moving on to the news. So I posted an article about Studio Wildcard, and what their CEO said was the reasoning that they decided to do the Myth of Empires resolution. Basically, they need money. They need money because they can't survive on just publishing an ARC game every 10 years. And then charging for DLC until the DLC runs out, and then that overlap, basically, where they dry up. Like right now, because we haven't seen anything about ARC Survival Evolved, or not Evolutioned, whatever the fuck the next one's supposed to be. That's the Unreal 5 version of ARC. And then the ARC 2 Souls-like shit that's probably going to sell poorly. My prediction is ARC 2 is going to tank bad. So they're going to need Angela Games and Myth of Empires. If you don't know what that is, when it comes out again and re-releases on Steam, we will absolutely be streaming the fuck out of it. I put 300 hours in that game in the first month alone when it came out. If that tells you anything. And it was delisted within the first month on Steam when it came out. So it was a fun game. It's the only game I've consumed like that. Ads will be coming soon. Hopefully we can get this done. Fran Drescher, shocked by negotiations breakdown. Basically, studios said that SAG-AFTRA wanted too much, and they said, fuck you, we're out. They walked away. They were supposed to negotiate today. They canceled because they don't believe that SAG-AFTRA is negotiating in good faith whilst they sit on their mega yachts in the Middle East, or in Greece, or wherever the fuck it was that Iger was sitting all summer. Because he was. He was literally sitting on his mega yacht in the Mediterranean somewhere. I said Middle East, my apologies. Not necessarily where he was. California is to limit Social Security deposits to 1 month's rent. So that means my rent unit required $6,000 to be put down in deposit. And now it's only going to be $2,000 because that's what my rent is. Now, that's pretty fucked up, right? Huge difference between having to pay $6,000, and that's just the deposit. That's not the other $2,000 for $8,000 to move in, right? Because security deposit's not the same as rent. Those are in addendum to rent, right? So you pay $2K for your rent, $2K for the first month's deposit, $2K for the last month's deposit, $2K for the fucking deposit, just in case, right? It's pretty predatory. Makes it almost impossible for low-income families to even move, keeping them trapped forever in a ridiculous, ever-increasing rent cycle. It's bullshit. Anywho, we're not getting into that. Moving on. Phil Spencer's memo welcoming Activision Blizzard to Xbox. We might, or to Microsoft. We may take a look at that. I didn't actually yet. And then this one's an interesting one. Doctors Group withdraws paper on excited delirium, which is a term used to basically justify police brutality. They have rescinded or withdrawn the papers apparently, which is what they were using to justify that as an excuse. So we'll see if anything comes out of that. If you want to read the articles, again, they're available on Discord. We're not going to get too into that. I'm just letting you guys know what I find to be headlines that kind of stood out to me. The Xbox welcome memo, we'll scan it real quick, see if there's anything worthwhile. I doubt it, right? It's just, standard bullshit. We're going in an ad anyway, so. So $68.7 billion deal to buy Activision Blizzard. That's what was finalized today. It's still got an FTC challenge to it. They think that it's going to fucking mess with competition. However, anybody that knows that Sony actually controls, what is it, like 60 to 70% of the actual gaming market. Nintendo controls about 30% of it, and Microsoft's got about 15%.
So yeah, this is going to ruin the gaming industry for competition because Microsoft is gaining more than 15% of the market in some way, shape, or form, which is basically just Call of Duty. Yeah, I don't buy it. It feels like something Sony fucking sucked on some people's dicks to get some shit slowed down and tossed under the bus, right? That's what it feels like. Because again, Sony controls the majority of the market. They're the ones who decided to raise the prices to games this year to $70, right? Sony's not our friend in gaming. They might make some pretty awesome bangers, but just remember that in the process, they're exploiting the players and they're exploiting their properties to ensure that you're going to pay more money to play their games by not making them available. Where Microsoft has clearly made things available on Game Pass.
I hate Sony off the fact due to them having exclusive in-game content.
Exclusivity in gaming has been the bane of gaming since it was conceptualized when Sony started making exclusives for their consoles. The Grand Theft Auto games come to mind. Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Vice City were all exclusive to Sony platforms, at least initially.
King Seatown. Should be illegal for cross-platform games.
We're in an ad now, so anything we say here is not going to be too important. But yeah, if you'd like to read any of this stuff, it's in the news channel. There's a news channel. There's a Galaxy Rat News. Galaxy Rat's news pertains specifically to me, my acting, and or this channel specifically, right? Occasionally we'll put something in there that we think might be important to be put in there, like collaborations with other people perhaps. But for the most part, news is like news, right? Like the shit you watch on the 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever clock you watch. YouTube o'clock news, right? That kind of stuff. And then anything that's like video format, mostly like edutainment or even just fucking crazy shit, that goes in the entertainment channels on Discord, right? And just stuff that I watch that I find interesting, right? By no means does that mean that that's like all I consider news. I don't post everything I consider news because some of it is pretty divisive and can cause people headaches, heartaches, and maybe even heart attacks, depending on what the news is, right? I don't want anybody like keeling over because they read something about something that they thought something about. You know what I mean? Something. Anywho, that said, that's pretty much
Anakin Gamers.
For the news.
Something.
Yeah, something.
DK. Ever since DLC I stopped buying most games and started sailing the 7 seas. Give me your loot.
So that's fair. There are a few games out there that I find very entertaining. Star Citizen is one of them that I've spent a lot of hours in, as some of you that are here can attest to the draw. But this is by means not the. This is
King
by no means the
Seatown.
only game we play.
You should try the front. Anakin Gamers. IVE spent too many hours.
Well, I was trying to figure out something else to play tonight. I really was, and we probably still will. But I mean, I guess it depends on what other people want to play. I'm not sure how I feel about Scum tonight. I'm not against it necessarily. Since they got the planes back, we could go play with that a little bit. In fact, that might be fun. How many people here have Scum? Just Anakin? That's a travesty. I don't think I have any more copies of that to give away. I gave them all away already. Oh, but Scum
Anakin
is on sale.
Gamers.
Scum is on sale.
Yet to update it.
Well, you're fucking terrible. Scum is on sale right now for $15, actually. If I'm not mistaken. Hang on. Quote, $20. It's $20. My apologies. I thought it was cheaper.
Anakin Gamers. I will confirm worth the buy. King Seatown. What's Scum?
Actually, wow, fucking really? Right now you can get the complete pack
Anakin
for
Gamers.
Scum.
Zombie survival building shooty bang bang game.
No, it is a. Hang on, let me read the exact. You can get the whole game right now, all of the content and everything for $21. I'm a little bit pissed actually, now that I'm looking at this, because I can't. it's still going to cost me $20 to get the whole game. And I'm not even sure if that's accurate. That's what my cost is for the whole game. So hang on, I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that one. $20 for the base game. The whole game is going to cost you probably a little bit more than that because I already have the game. So it's still charging money. That was my bad. I misspoke. Don't. It's saying for $20, I can get the whole game now. The stuff that I don't have, which is just the female hair pack, the supporter packs, and then like Louis Moncada. But I got Danny Trejo, and that was the only one I really cared about. But yeah, you can get Scum. So Scum, what is Scum? Scum is a survival game. It is a survival game. It's actually a very interesting survival game. There's one that I do recommend. And what is it? Well, I'm trying to find it. The description of it, but you know, it's just on sale. It's really hard to find. It's just like giving me all the fucking bullshit. Right. So basically, you're a prisoner on an island, and the prison island is filled with puppets. Puppets are like zombies, and they have various types. Some that'll rip your face off, some that'll blow up on you after beeping for a little while. You have access to vehicles and motorcycles and planes and boats and world building. So it's kind of like Rust meets maybe a little bit of DayZ meets. Yeah, maybe that's about it. I think that's probably fair. I don't play much Rust, so maybe more like DayZ meets Rust. Like, so yeah, I think that's about right. I think that's about the good blend. But it is Unreal 4, so it's not the Unreal 5 engine. But it is fun.
Anakin Gamers. I like it more than Rust.
I haven't played much Rust to say whether I like it more than Rust. Also, don't listen to the reviews right now. They're a bunch of idiots. A lot of people just posting negativity. There is cash grabby stuff. They have for DLC for the game, but the game is solid. The gameplay
The Void
is fun.
Wolf. What up?
Hey, what's up, Void? We're talking about Rust. Or Scum,
Anakin
rather. It's on
Gamers.
sale right now.
Hi, Void.
Talking about Scum. So my review for Scum was, this game is
The
fun.
Void Wolf.
This game will consume many
Flames
hours.
are back in Scum.
This game is flawed. This game will irk you. This game is early access. It shows. This game is getting better. This game charges for more hair options. This game has sharks. Right? That's my review for this game. This game called Scum. That actually isn't on there. I just added that at the last second. I probably should have tagged that in there, but that's my no bullshit break it down review. Because you know what? Everything else doesn't matter. Right?
The Void
it
Wolf.
looks like most other games.
That sums it up pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a survival game, right? I could just say that, and that would also sum it up very well, but I think this gives you a little bit more understanding. And honestly, I could say the same thing about Star Citizen. That actually could be a review for Star Citizen, except for they don't charge for hair options yet. Right? So the Star Citizen might take a little bit more on that one, but I don't hate the games I play usually, especially if I've got hundreds of hours in them. I think that's a fair assessment. If you've put hundreds of hours into a game you hate, I feel sorry for you. How you doing, Void? Yes, planes are back in Scum. We were seeing how many people have Scum and want to play Scum, if we want to play Scum. Because I'm not opposed to it. We do run a server, I think. Is our server still running? I haven't checked. I'm sorry. Is our server still running? It's a good question.
The Void Wolf. Some friends and I just started playing again. If you are looking for a server, the one we found is pretty good.
I'd run a server. It's just
Anakin Gamers. I joined it a few days ago and it was running.
Problem with most servers is most of the servers out there use fucking bots and allow you to buy guns and cars and everything else and completely ruin the game.
Because yes, that completely ruins the experience of the game. Unless you're doing it specifically for PvP and shoot bitches, then that's different. It's a whole different story, right? Play on those all you want.
Anakin Gamers. I'm also not bothered to deal with wipes.
Yeah, we aren't fucking with that. If anything wipes on this, it's because it restarts itself. But it's been running for a month left on it. It's been 2 months up. The alternative,
The Void
also,
Wolf. We focuses more on PvP, so the one we are on has that bot store.
yeah, fair enough. I think PvP on a real server makes more sense. It's more, it feels more earned. Also hits harder when you lose, but I guess that's. V Rising was another one that I was considering messing with. Since it's, you know, October, but I don't think anybody has V Rising, and I've only got like 60 hours in it, but it's a very fun game. Very, very fun. That one's also $20. For the base game. There's also DLC and stuff, but the vampire survival build your castle game. It's actually pretty cool if you haven't checked it out and you like that kind of stuff. Pretty sweet. I enjoyed the crap out of it. But the PvP public servers, they're wipey. They wipe a lot. So, right, a lot of these survival games use that wipe mechanic, and not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of games wiping because they just believe that's part of the way the game should play.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval
Like some people
system.
like to build up their power and become badasses on the server. Multiplayer kind of sucks because then like new players get fucked. But you know, can't please everybody. I don't know what we're doing today. I really don't. I'm not even sure if we're doing Star Citizen for very long. We might do a couple bunkers and that's probably it. See what happens. We'll start with that. I'm not making any promises.
To the following location.
I'm not really feeling like a lot of Star Citizen right now.
Please visit us
With all
again.
the issues and shit. These like events, like they're running 2 events simultaneously and one event breaks the other event. That shit just pisses me off and makes me not want to play. The fact that you have YouTubers making videos that are specifically saying the community is literally pegging SIG as only putting events on big streamer servers is also kind of funky, right? Like that's kind of shitty. That only the bigger communities are getting any love, right? Now that's not necessarily the case, but that's what people are saying, and if that's what they're saying, it must be true, right?
Do you think that true?
I don't know.
The Void Wolf.
Do I think it's
you
true?
You should go find a server with the plat ticket so I can join on you.
Why? Why do I care about that? I'm not trying to beat my head against 15 other people, 50 other people, 100 other people that want a fucking ticket. They can have it. I got better things to do than waste my time fighting for something, getting there, and then like losing it because the goddamn ticket falls off a corpse. And nobody can get it, and I lost it. I don't give a fuck about that. I really don't. Like, I don't hate PvP events. I don't hate staff-run events. But when the only way to get one of these events is to go to lurk in Twitch streamers' streams to find out where they are and see if you can sneak onto their server by mass inviting
because
people.
It would help me and I'm your favorite.
Yeah.
Anakin Gamers. It's good until your ship disappears when the game updates.
I'm still salty about losing Moby Dick. Like, I earned that ship. Even though it was through donations and channel, I earned my channel donations of in-game currency. I work my ass off for that. Right? And so, it may not be grinding in-game to make it, but I'm still working my ass off for those donations. And, I'm still mad when I lose those ships. It may not be, like, upsetting, like, to the point where I, like, fuck this game mad, but it is upsetting. Because I did put effort into getting those ships. Right? I streamed and entertained enough people that someone stopped by and said, hey, I want to give you some in-game currency so that you can do what you want with it. Give it to your community,
Anakin
buy
Gamers.
some ships, you know.
Nice, I lost my Corsair.
Well, we won't be playing this at all. I'm not doing it today.
Anakin Gamers. I want to like this game, but it just keeps giving me reasons to get pissed at it.
I think they still have database issues. I think we're still suffering those database issues that they're blaming everything on. Right, we're done. We're not playing this fucking game today.
Anakin Gamers. And knowing SIG, I think they could fix it, but for XYZ and it SGS and BS fault and anyone but their own, they don't want to for whatever secret bullshit reason they re-keeping this time.
It took over a minute to open the doors. Alright, what are we playing? What else are we playing, guys? We're not playing this tonight. I'm not fighting with this shit tonight.
Tiny Kaminari.
Hey, what's up, Tiny? So, what games do we have here in chat with y'all? What games do we want to play? Because it ain't gonna be this. I am not dealing with this bullshit today. It'll piss me off, and I don't want to be pissed off. I really, frankly, don't. Not unless it's in like a heated debate and we're having a really good conversation. That's a whole different world. That's different type of pissed off. That's like passion pissed. This is like irritable pissed, and that makes me feel bad. And really like messes with my day and my energy.
Tiny Kaminari. Nothing much, relaxing in bed because of my leg HBU.
Well, we were trying to play Star Citizen.
Anakin Gamers. Let us talk about potatoes.
Vigilantism versus justice. Like why revenge is wrong. People that seek vengeance are just as bad as those that made you seek the vengeance. Right, we're not talking about like Batman vengeance. We're talking about like, you know, the other vengeance. Peter Parker letting the dude great responsibility vengeance, right? Anywho, I was thinking that would be a good topic for a podcast to just like have a nerd conversation
Anakin
about
Gamers.
that kind of stuff.
I am Batman.
What does Batman mean to you? Ooh, that's a fun one. Everybody talk about what Batman means to them. Why DC is fucked it up
Anakin
so badly.
Gamers. Batman.
Batman.
Tiny Kaminari. For Summit S for morally good reasons, but lost their way along the way.
That doesn't make them good people. I wouldn't say it necessarily makes them evil, but, you know, what do they say? The path to hell is paved in good intentions? They say that for a reason. Because they want people to be able to get away with it? Nah. Now, I'm not saying, right, that people don't deserve their just desserts in those cases, right? Understandably. You know, like, probably more of like one of those conversations you have to have on like Rumble or whatever the other fucking
Tiny
kick is.
Kaminari. The original reason was for good, but lost their way while doing it. Anakin Gamers. Inventory is broken on this server. I lost my Corsair and the doors won't open. I am not bothered today.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I didn't even check the inventory. It was working for me earlier though. Well, you didn't update Scum, so we can't go do Scum.
Anakin Gamers. I can equip my armor.
I didn't even equip any armor. And, alright, so what are we doing today then? We're not gonna be doing this because it's busted as hell. And I'm okay with that.
Anakin Gamers. Or move it to my ship.
What do it? Yeah, I tried moving my shit from Babbage last night and it wouldn't work, so. Or not last night, but the day before.
Landing.
It's been nothing but shit the last couple days.
Engines off.
But I mean, the idea is that they're gonna figure out how to make this better for when they actually do live events in the future, right? That's the plan. Got inventory. Don't have any undersuits here. Or any oversuits for that matter.
Tiny Kaminari. I would suggest and play RDO but can't really sit at my computer without feeling discomfort from my bad leg.
Now, you know, that's not a terrible idea. We ain't done some Red Dead in a while. I think both Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto have Halloween stuff going on right now, right? It's just not, like, Undead Nightmare stuff. Or did they add Undead Nightmare? Didn't they? Like, a variation of it. It's not quite, but it's kinda. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta walk on eggshells now because my neighbor downstairs, I walked out the door today and they're saying, "Oh, Sly, big boy, you know, you're always walking back and forth up there and you're making all this noise and I bang the floor with my cane and you stop. You know, I keep thinking you're almost getting disrespectful." I was mad. I was fucking mad. I sit anywhere from 8 to 16 hours here and over there. And the 3, 4, 5 times a day that I move from this location to the bathroom, I'm being fucking disrespectful. Yet my neighbor got a fucking dog with a service dog vest on it. It's not a service dog. It's not trained. It's a therapy dog. Not the same thing. And he sits it on his porch and it fucking barks. But I'm being disrespectful.
Don't even get me started on fuckers like that.
I'm being disrespectful because I have a heavy footsteps. And believe you me, I pay attention to it. I try not to do it. But now I gotta fucking walk on my tippy toes in my own fucking apartment. Meanwhile, my neighbors next door think I'm dead half the time because I don't make any noises and they don't hear me. This motherfucker below me, the concrete floor, can hear me walking. And fair enough, I do not deny that I might make a little bit of noise walking from here to the bathroom a couple times a day. Considering that's about the only time I walk, is during the day. At night, y'all are here with me, I sit my ass right here from sometime after 6 until sometime around 6. And if it's not, when I get done here, I'm either sitting here after stream without y'all, or I go the fuck to bed. So walking to the bathroom during the day is disrespectful. Your dog on the balcony after 10 p.m. barking is fucking disrespectful. I didn't say that. I have a little bit more respect for my fucking neighbors than to confront them in front of people.
King Seatown. Tell him to fuck off.
No. I have more respect than that for my neighbors. Because believe me, I'm not trying to bother my neighbor. In fact, I fought 2 years of that bullshit. Like, always concerned that I was going to piss off my neighbors and get evicted. Because, you know, I'm not exactly alright some places and some things. Especially when it comes to going from homeless to living in an apartment complex.
That neighbor is just trying to do low blows.
Well, there's the same neighbor that accused me of fucking in my bed and being disrespectful and making tons of noise with another person. And I quite colorfully informed him that the only person I've ever fucked in this apartment was the first week I moved in 3 years ago. Now, if he wants to accuse me of fucking, then he can come right out and say it. Because he beat around the bush, he didn't say it. He's like, "Oh, you know what I'm talking about." I was like, "No, sir, I do not. And if you're referring to me fucking somebody, I haven't fucked anybody since I moved in here 2 years ago." Because this was almost a year ago that he said, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real here. Be fucking honest with you. I do not take kindly to being accused of things that are very blatantly not true.
Bad time, ill come back Latia.
Oh, you're good, Frodo.
Gamers. Put him in his place, dude. AZS finest. Watching porn to loud, huh?
I wear headphones because I suffer from PTSD. And having choppers outside my window constantly bother me. So I'm always wearing headphones. And I'm always listening to something. So no, I can't hear him banging his cane on my floor. I can barely hear his dog. That's not the
Anakin
point.
gamers. Don't you need to swear at someone to put them in their place, but it helps.
Don't. You don't actually need to swear at all. But I'm also not going to be accused of something and told that I'm doing something when I'm very clean. Believe me, if I was getting my dick wet, bet your ass I'd tell you I was. And I'm sorry, I'll fix it. I'll work on that. I'll make sure she doesn't scream so loud next time. 16 times or whatever it was. Like, I'll ensure she doesn't do that. Believe me, I would make it known if it was me, and I would apologize and correct it. Not even an issue. But now, if I ain't doing that, and you're calling me out for it, boy, we got problems. Because that means you're looking for a reason to fucking piss on my parade. You're looking for a reason to single me out.
Tiny Kaminari. You're in the right.
Now, with that said, I ain't trying to be loud. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. But saying that I'm being disrespectful
Anakin
when I go to the
gamers.
pisser 5
Don't
times a day.
you know everyone's an expert and a genius except for yourself?
How you doing, Frodo? No, I'm just ranting about my neighbor, trying to like, and in all fairness, if I'm being loud when I'm walking, I'll work on it. I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells walking around my own place, but I will. I'm not trying to piss off my neighbor. He'll die before I will, so I'm okay with that. I just have to stick it out until he does. That's very mean and cruel. He's an older man, right? That's why I say that. I don't mean like anything else other than he's just an old fucking man, and I'm not. You know. Now karma, right? Knock on wood. I don't mean that. I don't wish anybody death. I don't wish anybody ill health or anything. I wish him the best. In fact, I do. I have no beef against him. I don't appreciate being told indirectly that I need to walk on fucking eggshells when I'm literally doing nothing. But then he said we're okay, right? Like he come at me with that, and then he says, "Oh, but we're okay. It's no like I got no beef against you." Like it's like, but you literally just told me I'm borderline disrespecting you. But you got no beef. Like that is such a passive aggressive fucking knock that I can't help but be slightly infuriated, right? Because he knows what he's doing. He's doing it on purpose. It's the same shit that your grandparents do to you.
Anakin gamers. Just stop fucking, dude, come on.
You know? It's like it's the same shit your grandparents do to you to make you feel bad about something that you didn't do, but they believe you did it. And you know what I'm talking about because we've all been accused of it. And in fact, not just your grandparents, but that's the most relatable, obvious, you know? We've all accused other people of the same type of stuff. That's how we know it when we recognize it, right? Because we've done it. We're guilty of it. Nobody's innocent, right? Am I a loud walker? Yeah, I am sometimes. I'm 6'2". I weigh 200 pounds.
Tiny Kaminari. There's people who live below me, and as far as I know they don't care about the noise I make while going to the washroom from room, and I am on crutches.
Well, think about this, right? Like, let's think about the physics here. I'm 6'2". I'm 200 pounds. So each of my feet, whilst I'm standing balanced, is holding, what, between 100 and 200 pounds easily, right? Probably, of pressure, yeah? Probably 200 pounds because, right, the weight's still there if I'm only on one foot. So this right here, right? This is 200 pounds on one foot. This is 200 pounds on one foot, okay? Now, when you lift that up and bring it down, there is multiplication of pressures.
Karate Kid.
Right? And that pressure is taking your weight and then obviously adding the force of gravity behind it. So that 200 pounds, you know, is maybe half that, but it's still coming down at 200 pounds. So when I'm moving, like, I'm sure there's a calculation that somebody could figure out how to do. But when you're walking, actually, let's look it up. Let's find out. Let's find the calculation because I know it exists. How much
Tiny Kaminari.
force am
Physics.
I exerting, yes. He's not here. When I walk. On average, a person's foot exerts about 1.5 to 3 times their body weight in force when walking. For example, a 150-pound person would exert between 225 and 450 pounds.
I was about to say, where is he when you need him, lol.
Okay. So, walking this force would be up to 1 times, increase between 2 and 2.9, depending on your body weight. Newton's second law, force equals mass times acceleration. That's the one we want. Okay. So, let's see. Let's see. Walking force calculator. I'm not a physicist. I don't know how to do that shit in my head. Calculator. That's not the one I'm looking for. How much force does a 200-pound person exert when walking?
Tiny Kaminari. When I am standing, all my weight goes onto either one leg or one leg and crutches.
All right, here's Harvard Health. All right, Harvard Health. When you walk across level ground, the force on your knees is equivalent to 1.5 times your body weight. That's knees, not feet. Then I believe it goes up when you run a little bit too. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. All sorts of information about this. That's crazy.
Tiny Kaminari. Learning new things.
Okay. We're going to wait for the commercial and everybody to come back before we finish this. I'm still looking. So I have a working theory here that we're going to go into. Yeah, 7 seconds. All right. It's water. Okay, so I weigh 200 pounds and I'm walking 15, 20 feet to the bathroom. So over that duration, I am exerting, let me see, let me check my gait real quick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm probably exerting between 300 and 400 pounds of pressure per step, right? Now, that said, I don't know about you, but I know from bench pressing, deadlifting, or any other weight handling that 200 to 300 pounds is a fuck ton of weight. It is. And so the fact that I can walk from here to there at all, or anybody for that matter, can walk from one location to the other without making much noise at all in most cases is pretty fucking impressive. But the fact that my neighbor can hear me doing it every time I take a walk to the point of being disrespectful is pretty fucking amazing. That means he's got like supersonic hearing. And then he was calling me out for my shoes, because that's what he called me out on. Basically, he's like, oh, you wear those shoes. No wonder you make such loud footsteps. Excuse me? I wear my shoes outside. My house is a no-shoes house. So try again, motherfucker. I'm a big boy. I weigh 200 pounds. Double that. That's 400 pounds when I'm standing up walking to my bathroom. I'm going to make noise. There is no fucking way around that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being me. Except
Tiny
for I'm not.
Kaminari. I can stand on my bad leg, but with only a max of 40 pounds.
Don't try to do that, dude. You'll get fucking make it worse. But, you know, now that said, I ain't mad at my neighbor. I'm not. But he's come at me for these things. And he's doing it because I don't know. And I've been very respectful about it, except for I wasn't. I literally blew up on him when he came to my door and knocked on my door and told me that. He didn't even knock my door. I was out there looking to see because he was knocking on somebody else's door.
AZS finest. He rents, so tell him to STFU.
I rent too, but the thing is I try to be the better tenant in this building. I'm probably one of the best tenants in this building. And I'm not trying to be...
AZS finest. Exactly.
Not trying to be arrogant or inflated about that.
Tiny Kaminari.
I am.
The surgeon said I can put the max of 40 pounds on that leg.
If it did... Dude. Just putting pressure on that, if you're moving on it, is
Gamers.
doubling that.
You broke your leg, Tiny Kaminari.
He had surgery. He could probably tell you what kind of surgery. I didn't actually ask for details. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's probably half my weight too. Like, the dude's probably like 125, 160 pounds at most, right? Like, he's very skinny, very tiny.
Tiny Kaminari. Anakin Gamers, I got my ACL repair last week.
That's right. You did
Anakin Gamers. Ouch, that SA hard one.
But yeah, so I don't know. I had to get into that because I felt slighted. Like you're only coming at me because I'm some young guy compared to you or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, and maybe I look into it too much because
Anakin Gamers. That S just a shitty person, man. He knows what he is doing.
I think so too. Because when he was accused of me of fucking, like, he really sent up a bunch of fucking red flags and alarms and stuff. Like, if you want to say something about it and call me out, then come let me know, right? Don't poke my floor with a fucking cane. Like, you want to see the proof? I've got video proof logging me in front of my computer for 16 hours in a day. And getting up a half a dozen times in the middle of the night, mind you. So unless you're awake all night and you're fucking hearing me walking, I think you're full of shit. Because I sleep most of the morning. Until
Anakin
at least noon,
Gamers.
before I even get out of
People
bed.
who pry like that and are just that nosy and inconsiderate, they either genuinely too stupid to realize and are caught up in their bullshit, or they do it on purpose to drive you out.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the one breaking any of the housing rules. Not really. I'm not perfect.
AZS finest. Facts.
But yeah, I hope that's all it is. But I feel like there's probably a little more to it than that. Like, there's a little bit of I think he's got the fact that he had to reiterate that he's got no issues with me tells me that he's got issues with me, and he's trying to convince me that there's no issues with me, which is weird. But
Tiny
that's
Kaminari.
kinda how you do it,
Before I got
right?
my surgery, I was deadlift about 2-3 of my weight.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird when you come at somebody like, I need a joint.
Anakin Gamers. I can tell you from experience he has got issues with you.
I'm being too loud. Fine, I get that. Let me know. You know, I'll make my adjustments. And I told him that. I said, be specific. Tell me what it is that you're having problems with, and we'll have a conversation about it. And he wants to accuse me of walking back and forth and making a lot of noise, but he doesn't want to give me times. He doesn't want to tell me when.
Anakin Gamers. I don't think you are, though. I think he SBSing.
I think he's trying to make me feel guilty. Because when people feel guilty, they get into weird places. Because it's not the first time he's talked about me being heavy-footed, but the first time he mentioned
Breaker, come in Earth. This is Rocket Ship 27.
It's concerning. I'm
Aliens
not
fucked over
stupid
the
worried about
Terminator
it.
number 4.
I just
I'm gonna try to
gotta vent
refocculate it and
about
land
you know?
on Juniper.
Since I'm still on
hopefully
the
got
therapy
some
waitlist for the
space
VA.
weed over.
And I have a feeling that even after the year waitlist is up, I probably won't even get on. They'll come up with some excuse and be like, yeah, we had to lay off half our therapists, so we don't have any room for you. Gotta wait another year.
Anakin Gamers. It has nothing to be worried about, just annoying people.
Yeah, but I'm still going to, you know, be aware of my walking and be walking on my toes for the next fucking couple weeks, probably. You know, and that's fine. It doesn't hurt me, but it's one of those
Anakin
things where it's
Gamers.
like,
I live in a building with 5 floors and 2 flats on each floor. Anakin Gamers. Most of them are assholes.
I mean, I haven't found that to be the case, but I'm in a very poor neighborhood with a lot of different federal aids and government aids and supported residents and stuff, and then also regular people that aren't on any of that kind of stuff, but they're living in the subsidized housing
Anakin
because it was
gamers.
the place they could afford.
There is a stray cat I feed every night outside. They bitched because I fed it outside the door on public property.
Well, yeah, because if you feed animals, they keep coming back. So it keeps coming around, and then it expects other people to feed it too. Right? And then people get mad because you got animals. But then, of course, having cats around prevents mice and rats. So
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
generally,
system.
I mean, cats were always used as a reason to
Please visit us again.
as a means
Welcome
of
to the
preventing
ASOP
rats. I don't know. What are we
vehicle
playing,
retrieval
y'all? Because
system.
I'm not wanting to deal with this shit tonight. Like, I'm not in the mood to put up with Star Citizen crap. And I, based on like just moving the elevator, I feel like we're gonna be full of it. And I want to preemptively avoid it. But I don't know what to play. I'd like to play something multiplayer, but that means other people have to have it. Nobody seems to have the stuff that I have, because I play weird games, I guess.
Anakin gamers. I joined another server. Seems a bit more stable if you'd like to try it.
Start with some Star Citizen.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Tiny Kaminari. RDO I would play it, but sitting at my desk sucks.
Lay in bed and play with a controller. People do it like that all the time. It's called console. TV in your room. Perfect. Or you can Chrome stream it or whatever, right? Like, that's a thing now, yeah? Steam box shit.
Please visit us
I don't
again.
have a TV in my room. I don't even own a TV.
Welcome to the ASOP
I
vehicle
don't even own
retrieval
a TV.
system.
Crazy, right?
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Don't even own a TV.
Anakin gamers. The only thing I do use a TV for is the YouTube app, so I might as well just use my PC lol.
Right. Sir.
Tiny Kaminari. I don't have a working controller for my TV.
Yeah, but an Xbox controller works from a PC because Xbox and Microsoft are the same company. Believe it or not. Also, so is Activision now, but
Anakin gamers. Do they still make universal remotes?
I mean, yeah. Obfuscate contraband.
Crusader Security Officer Van Zandt calling you about the contract work. I just wanted to make sure everything was clear.
Anakin gamers. IDKY, that thought came into my head. LMAO. Tiny Kaminari. I am talking about the TV itself. I have a controller for my Xbox and PS4.
Why are we
Anakin
running Jump
gamers.
Town?
OJT is back.
Just to say it, I'm really happy we hired you for this. It will be great to get all the contraband off the market before it does any damage.
Are you fucking kidding me? We're running Jump Town in the middle of a fucking other event? And another event that's not working? Or are the heads falling again? Did they fix
Anakin
the heads?
gamers. Why the fuck is JT back in the middle of this ticket shit?
Are you fucking kidding me? As if it wasn't bad enough, the performance, whilst we had the ticket stuff going and breaking. Now we're gonna break it with Jump Town in the middle? And the fucking helmets that have already been busted for the fucking... Wow. Okay. Alright. Okay. So. That's what we're
Anakin
gonna do.
Gamers. Clearly the brightest minds prevail at SIG.
No,
Tiny
let's
Kaminari. SC is really
hold on.
broken right now.
Hold on, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they know what the fuck they're doing. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, right. I lost all my missions. They're all gone. Even though I'm a level 4 security contractor, I don't have access to any of my missions. Strike one, Sig. Strike fucking one. That's not true. They've probably just been taken because they're working or something. So we can't check that right now. We'll have to check that later. But we'll start with accept a mission. Instant. Okay. That's a promising sign.
Anakin Gamers. We don't even have access to the missions that paid the most because oh wait, they broke them.
Rec site. Rec site. They're both the same place. Rec site and Calliope. Alright. We're gonna try this. See if this mission works. Keeping in mind that we won't be able to find any tickets necessarily because they haven't been working. Well, maybe they are. Maybe they are. We'll also grab the Jump Town mission.
I just sent you the location of a drug lab that's about to turn into a gold mine. Whoever runs the place just started production on a slew of drug packages and left the place unguarded. I'm not gonna lie, it'll probably be a bloodbath.
Sure. Frogman's on the server. Douchebag. Okay. So there's nobody here. That's fine though. I don't care. Where's the music at? Alright. Usa. Ayusa. So we changed the donation.
Welcome to the ASOP
at the
vehicle
bottom.
retrieval system.
It's still a donation, but I disconnected PayPal, and so it goes into SE Pay now. And it's specific. The only purpose for the SE Pay is specifically for channel upgrades. Because my PayPal is used for other things, I removed it so that it wasn't linked to the channel stuff. At some point, I could re-add a different like channel PayPal, but my personal PayPal I had to remove, or well, my other business PayPal I had to remove from Twitch. And for in lieu of SE Pay, because we'll just it's like it stores the balance there, so we'll just leave the balance there until it hits enough to be able to purchase whatever the upgrade is we're going to get, and then we'll do that, right? So it'll be there for those that were wanting to contribute. I'll put a picture of whatever it is we're going to actually be heading towards. The first two upgrades though are it was a capture card and then audio reinforcement, which basically means like professional level audio as opposed to a Blue Yeti, because the Blue Yeti is not a professional level microphone.
Kitty Cat. I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time earlier, Mr. Kaezlo.
And did you like it? What did you think?
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the please.
Shit, Hangar 13.
Kitty Cat. You look like Harrison Ford. Tiny Kaminari. Warframe.
Yeah, I don't play Warframe. Couldn't get into it. I tried. I didn't like the way it played. I absolutely tried it though. I could not get into the gameplay. I enjoyed playing it side, but I never had anybody to play it with. Most of my shooter career has been solo. People don't... I say people though. I don't usually play with people.
Anakin Gamers. I have PlanetSide.
Everybody should have PlanetSide too. It's free on Steam. You should have to
Kitty
install it.
Cat. You look like Indiana Jones.
I know.
Tiny Kaminari.
I know.
The gameplay is weird, but the story is amazing.
Be right back. Can't hear anything right now because I can't wear earbuds. I need a new one. It's broke. It's old. This thing is super old. Super, super old. Need a real hat. But that isn't officially licensed Indiana Jones hat. It's just, it lived with me in a van whilst I was homeless. And it was not a priority to keep it from getting crushed. Though it is crushable wool.
Tiny Kaminari. I don't play Warframe anymore since I don't have anyone to play with since I completed the main story. Kitty Cat. Wait, show it again. Kitty Cat.
That's right.
And put it on.
Yo. Belongs in a museum. Fly? Yes. Land? No. Yeah, if it wasn't for the lack of ability to hear things, I would wear hats, but because I wear headphones, I don't wear hats. The hat's some fun.
Kitty Cat. The beginning scene for Raiders of the Lost Ark was amazing though. Kitty Cat. In the temple.
Yeah, the entire sequence. Pretty sure that was the first time they did like the hat reveal too, right? Like that hat reveal was fun. They do in the opening of that movie, where like you don't ever see his face initially, and then he goes to reach, and like you don't see his face until he puts the hat on. I always thought that was like, I think that's the most iconic shot in the entire, like in all of like action cinematic history, as far as like, you know, the hero, single hero adventure stuff, right? Obviously Indiana Jones is the prototype for that, but I mean that shot, that like where you don't see the main hero in the opening sequence until he puts the hat on, right? Like that was just, let me hang on. You let's see.
Anakin Gamers. Bro, this game is testing my patience like no other.
I warned you. I said I was gonna quit. To avoid that. Oh, they didn't do it like I was thinking they did. Shit. But yeah, you don't see his face initially until after like the whip in the Raiders. But it might have been Temple of Doom. I forget. There was a scene. God, it might have been Crystal Skull that I actually liked it doing it on. I don't remember, but just the idea that like you don't see the hero until he like puts the hat on. And when he puts the hat on, then you see his face for the first time. Maybe I'm imagining things. I do that sometimes. I'm imagining something. But yeah, Indiana Jones is a phenomenal. The trilogy is phenomenal. Crystal Skull is kind of shite. And for all sorts of reasons, though. Crystal Skull was bad because of Mutt. Like, for one. That's not the whole reason, but that's one reason, right? And I don't mean necessarily Shia LaBeouf, but like the character, the way it was played.
Crazy Eye Carl. Crystal Skull was a movie. It shouldn't have been Indiana Jones. If it wasn't Indiana Jones, it would have been better.
I think so, Crazy Eye Carl. I don't think you're wrong. I think that's a fair statement for it. It wasn't terrible, but it was terrible compared to what we knew. Then again, was it though? Like, let's actually think about that. Like, the movie had some really shitty. It was a shittily made movie, which I think people recognize. Like, it was a big budget. Like, just didn't make sense. Like, it was all over the place. It felt off. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people were mad about the interdimensional aliens and it being Indiana Jones. But recall that those people that were most mad about that, why? Like, we're dealing with the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail. I mean, you know, melting Nazis. And so the idea of interdimensional aliens doesn't seem all that far-fetched. But you're right, it felt wrong for Indiana Jones. And I don't know why, but it felt wrong for Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what it was about that.
Carl. I didn't hate the movie, it just doesn't stand up to other Indiana Jones movies, and it doesn't follow history, religion. Indiana Jones usually deals with religion, magic, etc., not aliens, just not Indiana Jones.
Right, and that basis of what Indiana Jones deals with is actually more than just the movies, because it expands to the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and the comic books, I believe, as well. And I'm not sure that he dealt with those types of things in those mediums.
Kitty Cat. Did they use real tarantulas in the beginning scene?
Probably. Indiana Jones was made under the era of practical effects, and Steven Spielberg, who is a huge fan of practical effects. In fact, I don't think they really used a whole lot of CGI, like traditional CGI as we know it, until like Jurassic Park. And even that traditional CGI is nothing like it is today. Right? Like it's completely different. But I don't know. Let's look that up. Hang on. How much CGI was used in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Crazy Eye Carl. Then there's the fridge scene.
Fair. So yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark had some visual effects because it got Best Visual Effects Oscar in the '81, but yeah, it'd be interesting to dig into. Is like to check the CGI. But it was some, it wasn't a lot.
Crazy Eye Carl.
Spielberg tried to keep
They
most
could
of
have
practical.
shifted it so slightly to where it wasn't aliens and it was an ancient people who had figured it out through their own means. That would have been Indiana Jones to me.
You know, I've only watched Crystal Skull once in the theaters. I haven't watched it since. and I owned the trilogy for a very long time. But I'd have to rewatch The Crystal Skull to actually make an accurate assessment. Because I don't recall. Yeah, I don't.
Crazy Eye Carl. Like Temple of Doom, you could easily change it to where it's aliens without changing much of the story.
Well, I mean, they could have been doing the sacrifices for aliens, but there was clearly power there, and the eggs could have been alien in nature, and we just didn't know that fact about them.
Crazy Eye Carl. Exactly.
But the
Anakin
fact that that
gamers.
is there,
And my game just hard crashed.
you could say that.
Anakin gamers. That is where I give up with SC today, lol.
Okay. Well, that was easy, and I just filled up my quest log. Fucker. Better log back in so you don't lose your stuff. Crash has crash recovery. Crashing has crash
Anakin
recovery.
gamers. Blame Mr. Roberts.
Yeah, because I don't think he directly works on the game anymore. Get in people's way.
Anakin gamers. I was moving stuff to my ship to move it to the station, lol.
Yeah.
Crazy Eye Carl.
I was gonna go do that.
I am saying in the context of what we see in the film, not outside influences. If at the end of Temple of Doom it came out they were worshipping aliens or the main dude was an alien, they wouldn't have to change much of the story outside of that. Anakin gamers. Let me try log back in to see if it saves my shit.
They don't really reveal the aliens until the very end of the other movies, so that would, by what you just described, justifiably be the exact same thing. Is the exact same thing as what you would have been okay with. Because, I guess, yeah, when you really think about it, what are they looking for? They're looking for the origin of the Crystal Skull, right? Like, from the beginning of the movie, that's what they're looking for, yeah? And that's what Indiana Jones finds. Whether or not we like what he found, I think is irrelevant, because the movie wasn't about the aliens in the other dimension.
Crazy
It was about
Eye
finding
Carl.
them.
I know what I am arguing is doing the opposite to Crystal Skull, make it an ancient people doing these things, not aliens.
But also, they're interdimensional beings. I mean, that's alien, yeah. But hell, we might be alien on this planet too. I mean, maybe those people were offspring to those interdimensional beings of some sort, right? We didn't actually see that. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to defend it necessarily, but I am playing a little bit of a devil's advocate here, because it has been a while. But I'm just thinking that my initial reaction to the movie was bad. I hated it. I'm not wrong, and everybody thought that like it was bad. And I kind of have to go back now and rewatch it though, because the initial animosity that I had towards it, I don't know if it was justified without like seeing it again, right? I saw it once. And so everything I know about that is based on like pop cultures making fun of it and talking about it versus my actual viewing of it. So I really need to sit down and watch that Indiana Jones film again. But I think what I need to do is I need to binge all three of the originals, then the fourth, and then watch the fifth. And while I'm doing it, like actually make and take a running make a running like notebook of it, and then talk about it, right? Where I do it all in one sitting and like just like the big things that like stand out for each film, right? Maybe in story plots or like just overall like how real it looks, and then like is there a difference between like the originals and did they get better? Did they feel like they were getting worse, or was there like a plateau drop off for 4 where it was like completely different, disconnect, kind of like, you know, Star Wars prequels versus the Star Wars originals, where the prequels are so much shinier than the originals, where like everything is so new and it's so much older, and it's like initially a jarring aesthetic when you think about it, that like the Old Republic is so beautiful and pretty, way prettier than, you know, the movies that were made, because they can be, they're shinier, they're more CGI, right? And that kind of it takes you out of it. But if you see that first and then you go into, right, A New Hope, I guess it makes more sense that way. I don't know. It was weird because I definitely felt something around that. So I need to go back and I need to watch the entirety of Indiana Jones all the way through and just like see how it feels all the way through and the flow. I know it's going to be disconnected and stuff, but I feel like that's the best way. That way it's all fresh and I'm not like basing it on nostalgia memories and like, you know, misinterpretations that my brain has come to conclusions of over the years.
Crazy Eye Carl. I know that's why I am saying in the context of the movies anything in Indiana Jones could be alien, but the movie doesn't allude to that. It still could be, but that information isn't given. It leads us to believe it's magic or religion. I am saying follow that.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they very much say that the Ark of the Covenant is religious, because it is. The Holy Grail is religious, because it is. Now, that said, the contentious thing is that aliens technically are from out of this world.
Crazy Eye Carl.
And they may be aliens
Still
themselves.
could be alien.
Right, yes, but the difference being is that they used actual religious artifacts to do that. And in Crystal Skull, they used an ancient artifact, which also I think part of it is that the Crystal Skulls are all have all been decidedly proven fake, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's kind of like the Ark of the Covenant.
The Dremel is a GOATED tool.
Yes.
If anything doesn't fit Dremel time.
Dremel is always a beautiful thing. I have my Dremel. It's on the couch. I think the tangible religious artifacts that are known to be religious.
Carl. I think you rewrite. I think it's either all of them or all of them but one.
The only thing that's very like the only difference that doesn't really follow the, and I think it's, I don't remember much about Temple of Doom's story and like what the rocks are and the stones specifically. Like I don't remember the lore to them. Hang on, let's look this up. I'm curious now. Temple of Doom rocks. What are they? Sankara stones. What are Sankara stones? That's what we need. So they were used as a symbol of the fertility aspect of Shiva, which is a god, right? And these are specifically, they were created for Indiana Jones, right? Or no? Are these real? So hang on. Let's find out if these stones are real. Because it pops up the Indiana Jones wiki. So the Sankara stones are not real, but based upon Shiva lingams that are common throughout India. Okay, so it's kind of like one of those mysterious legendary items like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant, where there's no actual proof or not whether it's real in real life. And I think that might be the issue that people had specifically. I'm not trying to say what you had specifically, but when you look at the big picture of things, I think the idea that Indiana Jones is an archaeologist and he's discovering things from the past, and these things from the past specifically are artifacts that are tied to religions, and they're basically acknowledging them, even in the imaginary fictional world of Indiana Jones, that they exist, right? Because, let's be real, most of those artifacts probably don't even exist. And if they did, they've been lost to history for far longer than we think, because technically history, it goes way back further, so all those stories they told us have to go way back further technically. You know, like it's confusing. We're not going there, but Then you've got the Crystal Skull, which is an artifact, and they're trying to figure out the history of it, and they give you a definitive answer for the Crystal Skull. And the thing I think that really is a disconnect is that the Crystal Skulls, have been confirmed to be like man-made at this point, I believe, regardless of what other people will tell you. And maybe they're not, but some people, I don't know, aren't convinced, and some people are. So there's a thing there. They actually exist. They're tangible. People have them in
Crazy
possession.
eye Carl. Yes, I just feel it would have fit better to remove the alien aspect. Is all be more religion or magic or whatever. I don't care about the actual crystal skulls.
But the Crystal Skulls are based in aliens. Like, that's literally what people are saying they are in history. And they're like, if we're basing it on the historical artifacts, then the Crystal Skulls would be an alien artifact based on what the real history is of those. So it actually connects. I think the problem people had overall was that we had some fucking spinny dimensional temple in the middle or at the very end of the film. Because up until that point, I don't think people had a problem with it. They had issues, but I don't think it was a huge problem, because I don't remember probably hating it until I saw them do the temple thing. Because I vaguely remember that being the point where I was like, are you fucking serious?
Crazy eye Carl. Fair just isn't Indiana Jones to me. I think the aliens actually showing up might have played a part.
Well, yeah, because God never actually showed up. Neither did Jesus when we were dealing with the Grail or the Ark. But the Ark did melt the fuck out of the Nazis, right? They all, like, melted. So, I mean, there's that.
Crazy eye Carl. It would have been funnier if Jesus popped out of the box.
Repent! You Nazi scams! I want my scalps. And I'll have my scalps.
Anakin Gamers. Jesus in the box.
And it would have to be
Crazy
played.
eye Carl. Arms crossed like Dracula.
And it'd have to be played by Brad Pitt. And then you could clip it as a meme GIF thing later where you've got Brad Pitt going, "What's in the fucking box?" And then Brad Pitt popping out of the box as Jesus going, "What's up, my son?" Or Buddy Christ. Yeah, I went there. Dogma's the best movie ever made about religion.
What's in the fucking box?
Dogma is the best religious movie ever made. But I'm a bit of a Kevin Smith junkie too, so I guess.
Hilarious. Okay, people, let's go.
I gotta go pack that
Marijuana,
little.
Mary Jane,
God
green,
damn it.
kind,
Alright.
dope, stank,
We're gonna try to get this mission list done and see how it plays out and go from there.
Ganja, Bonlo, Dubin,
Crazy eye Carl. I liked Kevin Smith until Master of the Universe.
Congolese Crippler, Warlock, Short Bus Biofuel, Tom Bombadil, Redheaded Stepchild.
Riddler, Jungle Fungus, Cro-Magnon, Vancouver Salad, Topanga Brain Gang, Short-Term what?
Colonist Bushfire, GED Test Prep, Polynesian Pink Eye, Incredible Hulk, take it deep!
Getting there. Manchurian Candy, Hobo Harvest, Mojave Dry Mouth, Solvent Heston, Chin
Crazy eye Carl.
Ball Gag,
Did he
and
man
Arabian
dirty killed my
Crime because it
nostalgia?
gets you so stoned. We did it!
I'm gonna be honest with you. Kinda hard to do a TV show that was created to sell toys dirty. Just saying. It was a cash grab then. It was a cash grab now. The only thing is, I would like to
Crazy
think
eye
that Kevin
Carl.
Smith.
Also fair.
I would like to think that Kevin Smith had a bit more heart than the original creators, because he was
Mitchell
trying to
LDN.
create something.
07. King Seatown. G.I. Joe.
So
Wax.
did Ninja Turtles. I owned every single
Mitchell
Ninja Turtle at one
LDN.
point.
Good morning.
Morning, Mitchell. How you doing? I owned every Ninja Turtle at one point, so I mean it worked. And the thing is that you can make compelling TV to sell toys, right? I mean, George Lucas's empire in reality wasn't built on the movies alone. It was built on the merchandising, which included the toys, but it also included the novels, the video games, and the tie-ins that were created for education and kids and everything else in between, right? Star Wars exists this long into history because it was able to tap into that merchandising and that monetization that just doesn't really exist anymore for stuff because they've bastardized it so much that everybody's doing it. So it's oversaturation of everything. And it's like, well, why do I need another random fucking toy that's just got some generic celebrity on it? Like I'm just gonna, that's the business idea that you pitch to Shark Tank. The generic celebrity figure, right? Where you can you license different celebrities, and when you order the toy online, because it's only online, right? We gotta get with the times. You order this toy online, and it basically prints on a regular Barbie or freaking Ken doll, right? Body. It just sticks like a random celebrity head. So hey, you want a Chris Hemsworth figure? Pop a head on it. You want a Christian Bale figure? Pop a head on it, right? You want a Kathleen Bates? Pop a head on it, right? Whatever you want to do, just pop a head on it and then send it out the door, right? Just, generic celebrity doll, right? Come on. That's basically what we're doing now, right? It wasn't about that originally, right? Ninja Turtles wasn't a random celebrity, and now that's all we get is random celebrities. Even the reimagining of the cartoons, they pick a random celebrity's look-alike face. And it's what the fuck? There used to be some kind of I don't know, you had some barrier between real life and animation. You didn't usually use the likeness of the celebrities in animated or video games, right? Because that likeness was associated more with the real or the films, right? But now that you can do them both ways, I don't know, it feels creepy to know that they're cartooned and they're on live action. I don't know, it feels weird crossing that barrier, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I just thinking of it weird. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want my character to even though if that was the way the character looked, I don't know if I'd want it to be cartooned. I mean, obviously, in this day and age, it's almost the only way some things get made, but it would be weird. It would be like
Crazy Eye Carl. O to be Jack Thayef.
It would be like casting Christopher Lloyd as Rick, right? And the TV show, the cartoon hadn't happened yet, right? So we only knew Rick and Morty based on Christopher Lloyd, right? And that was the picture of Rick we had. But then they animated Christopher Lloyd Rick into the animated Rick. That would be weird, right? Obviously, we know what Rick looks like now, but it would be okay if animated Rick looked like he did now, which is kind of like he's supposed to look like Christopher Lloyd, but he doesn't actually. And then you get to that, it's the uncanny valley. Then you hit that uncanny valley where you've got that
Crazy
animation thing, right?
I am confused at what that has to do with He-Man. Did they do that with He-Man?
No, I don't know. I'm going into other stuff here. I don't know. Just the uncanny valley of being animated and stuff. But for Kevin Smith, I would like to think that he put more effort and energy into it than the creators who originally created it. They were doing it just to sell toys, because I'm pretty sure Masters of the Universe was originally ever conceived of to sell toys. It was a toy line, and they created the TV show to sell those toys, right? Like they did for most things, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles. But Ninja Turtles was a comic book first. The TV show was then used to sell the toys, right? That was kind of that. But I feel I don't know. I feel He-Man was specifically one of those things too, where it was designed to sell toys, and as nostalgic as it was, I don't know.
BB Darth Chris. Man, I tried to get a D to rain you, but we were too drunk to get it done.
Oh, that's all good, Chris.
Crazy
good.
Eye Carl.
Appreciate the
I
effort.
liked the 00S reboot, and yes, you are right about why it was originally made. I just feel they did He-Man dirty in the newest one.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember reading something about the wokeness thing,
BB
and
Darth
they did
Chris.
some weird shit.
Now you are left with drunk me.
It's all good. Until you start causing commotion, but we'll just slap you around and call you Susan.
BB Darth Chris. Lol.
Apparently Jumptown's
Literal
live again.
LDN. What are we drinking?
Water, like usual. I actually have some
Crazy Eye
PV Light.
Carl. Not the wokeness idgaf, he man is he dead now is all. BB Darth Chris.
Gotcha.
You have voice set up.
Do I have voice set up? Yeah. But if you're drunk and babbling, that's probably not a wise idea.
Mitchell LDN. Is that water bottle how you work out? BB Darth Chris. Oh come on.
Well, you're an unknown quantity now, and you're begging
Crazy
for it,
Eye
and that
Carl.
concerns me a little
Yes,
bit.
sorry for spoilers. I doubt anyone cares. They killed him off is what I didn't like.
Fair enough.
Mitchell LDN. Water is 8 pounds per gallon and it's about 3 gals. BB Dark
No, that's
Chris.
1 gallon.
Long Island Iced Tea SL Night.
It's only 1 gallon. 8 pounds is about the same weight as an M16, by the way, if you didn't know. I say about. It's actually a little heavier, I think, but once you add all the gear to it, the ammo, it's about the same.
Anakin Gamers. 3 gallons would be a fucking bottle. Mitchell LDN. I do know.
Some people on this channel do know, but a lot of people
Mitchell LDN. But I only target shoot here. Kitty Cat. I bought cut a rug Mr. Kaezlo now dance.
don't. You didn't. Full of it. What possible way you have that many points? Nobody has that many points.
BB Darth Chris. So what are you doing tonight?
I don't know.
Anakin Gamers. If that prediction the other day worked, I would cut a rug. Mitchell LDN. I use RHK 416. BB Darth Chris. You want to meet up in SC and make money?
I don't know. My start to SC was not at all very fun. I had some issues with the my ship's elevator.
BB Darth Chris. I do not know how to make money, so you will have to show me.
But if you'd like to join us, you are welcome to. Until I get frustrated and quit. Which depends on how well the game performs. If the game's desyncy and starts breaking me again, So here's the thing, yo. Game's in early access. It is in development. I get mad at the game because, you know, content, and I get mad. Right? We all get mad. Trying to hide that is stupid. But a lot of times it's outbursts. It's not like it's, you know, anything other than just like firing off a random freaking outburst in a direction, you know, to get rid of that energy, that whatever, that junk. But with this game, sometimes it causes a lot of those outbursts, and though it's fun, it's not. And what I believe is the best way to play Star Citizen is if it starts to bother you and you're getting frustrated with it and it's pissing you off, go play something else. Go play a different game. Play any other game until
Mitchell LDN.
you want to come back.
I get mad, but I still play sometimes. It's just Chris saying you're done for today.
Exactly, right? Like when it gets to that point,
BB
'cause I know a
Darth
lot of
Chris.
people will talk about
Cool,
that.
we can talk about politics and religion now. Kitty Cat. I've been here since Kaezlo's first day on Star Citizen. I am an original.
That is a valid statement. You were actually here before Star Citizen, though, to be honest.
The Red October. Hi K.
How you doing, Red?
Crazy Eye Carl. And ignore all the news. If it happens, it happens. I know it's hard not to keep up with something you like, but people seem to be happier when they ignore everything but the game. Anakin Gamers. That's a long time.
It takes something, right? Like, so
BB
specifically,
Darth Chris. I bought into SC for the possibility of a bright future. Anakin
there's no
Gamers.
reason not to buy into Star
Crazy Eye
Citizen,
Carl,
y'all.
that's what I do.
Right? There's no reason not to buy Star Citizen. The minimum price you can get into Star Citizen for is like $45. That is the price of almost any game right now, and a lot of the early access games that are the bigger types of games, right? There's no reason not to buy into it. If you listen to all the doomsayers, the dumbasses, and the bitch
BB
boys,
Darth Chris.
whatever.
Logging in now.
Right? they're exactly that. They're doomsayers, bitch boys, and all that, right? They're just people who are using this as a platform to promote their shit. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There is, but there's not, right? We live in the free speech, put anything you want on fucking YouTube. I've put dumb shit on YouTube, but you know what?
Update.
You can. But when it comes to playing the game itself, if you're listening to other people exclusively about playing games, and I know I'm kind of doing that same thing, but if you're looking at YouTube videos and their opinions, understand that some people's opinions are trash. I'm not saying the people are trash, but people's opinions can be trash. You can definitely defend something or love something.
It's funny they spend time making channels streaming to complain about SC and ask for donos and rage bait.
What you're getting from me, and I'm gonna be honest, what you're getting with this channel is I went into this trying to be authentic, and I think I've done a pretty fucking good job, because I am my real self as much as I can be, right? We all wear masks, you know. If you ever listen to the song "The Stranger" by Billy Joel, you'll understand like what all that is about. But I try to be honest and upfront with you. If I don't like what you're saying, I'm not necessarily attacking you directly, but I'm attacking possibly the idea. I don't hate people for their ideas or concepts, and I'd hope you don't hate me for my ideas or my concepts, because you know what? Sometimes they're pretty stupid. But I'm also willing to open my brain and shit and not be an asshole about it sometimes. And then sometimes I'm just like, no, we're not talking about that, right? Like, because there's no reason to. And then I'll tell you to fuck off, or I'll say fuck you. Like, but I'm not always trying to like hate you. I'm just saying we're just not doing this. Like, for whatever reason, there are certain topics that I'm not going to even let it be about that, you know? But I'm not opposed to talking about stuff, right? Like, understandably. I don't know where this was coming from or what it was going to be about or why, but when it comes to Star Citizen, you've got to be able to walk away. And it's the same thing with anything else, right? Know your limits and walk away, right? If you're having a conversation with somebody about something, you're playing a game and it's just not working for you, you got to know when to walk away. You got to say, hey, you know what? This ain't working for me. We're going to go away, right? And just like a game, sometimes that ends up with a fuck you, I'm out of here.
Okay, now it's doing server maintenance.
Right? Like, that's how I look at things. And so
Mitchell LDN. As a developer, I always find it funny when users tell devs how to make a thing without knowing the why or the process or the limits.
yes and no, but I also find it funny that devs always tell the user what they want and what they need and what they think they want, even though we're telling you what we want.
Mitchell LDN. The polish is another thing.
I ain't talking about
Mitchell
polish.
LDN. In a game, I agree.
But I'm talking about when consumers say we want this in a game, we want this in a game.
But that's content.
Or we want that's not even content though.
I am talking function.
No. We're talking function too. When the users and the consumers who buy the game say we want a game that can be played offline, Starbreeze, EA,
Crazy Eye Carl.
And you say no, you don't want that.
I didn't mean YouTube rando s. I meant news from SIG themselves. They have been gaslighting everyone the entire time outside of gameplay or game progress. I am talking about what SIG says compared to what SIG makes happen. BB Darth Chris. Did they wipe the server?
No, when there's an update, you have to recreate your character. All your
Mitchell
stuff gets
LDN.
consolidated to your home.
Yeah, but developers labor don't normally make these choices.
Yeah, it depends though.
Anakin
If it's an
Gamers.
independent game, they do.
BB Darth Chris 007. I did lose my
likely.
Corsair, though, so you may have lost a ship or two.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I've been in QA
BB
testing with
Darth
AAA
Chris.
games.
Lol. Mitchell LDN. Sure, it can depend on the situation.
I've worked in gaming, in AAA gaming development as a QA tester, and so I've seen the kind of trickle-down bullshit that happens in game development. Personally, this is me. I'm not incredibly ignorant to the way some things work and how systems integrate and things, because I can see it logically. Like, I can understand that, you know, certain things work a certain way. Like, if you're playing a video game and the text on the screen disappears when you hover over water, that's a thing. It's been a thing for a very long time. I understand those kinds of things, right? I get that. right? And that's one of those things I think that you might be referring to when like, well, why can't you just make the text appear? Well, it's because the way the systems integrate, they don't work. It doesn't work, right? Like, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
BB.
And I understand that that's a thing.
Come on, I am at 18. Where are you? Mitchell
I'm Microtech.
LDN. Mostly I refer to Mr. Salty Mike guy that has really deep opinions and such on the game and drones on and on. Crazy Eye Carl. I am not talking about the individual devs either. I am talking about people like Chris Roberts promising Pyro for 4 years that s not a dev busting their butt on the game that s sig misleading people. BB Darth Chris. Let's go kill some people.
Mitch, we've discussed my feelings about Salty Mike on this channel.
Anakin Gamers.
Out of all
Mitchell LDNM.
Out of all the Star Citizen YouTube channels that I've
Mitchell
watched
LDN.
over
Oh,
the year,
have you?
He's the only channel that I don't watch anymore. That I will regularly turn off because he's wishy-washy. He's back and forth, and it's just, you're right. I don't even know. Like it's something about his YouTube that I was watching, and I was just like, oh, that's why you won't see him on my follow streamers list. Even if I were to stream bigger followers on Star
Mitchell
Citizen, it wouldn't be
LDN.
Salty Mike.
I hear you and I agree.
And I'm not saying that he's a bad streamer, right? I'm not critiquing his streaming abilities or his game, so to speak.
Oh, now, mommy, daddy button.
Razorknock. Hi.
I'm
Mitchell
referring
LDN.
specifically to his Star
But he
Citizen
can
content.
have whatever opinion he likes.
Sure, I'm just referring specifically to his Star Citizen opinion and the way he presents them. I'm
Mitchell
not a fan
LDN.
of.
But yeah.
That's it.
Anakin Gamers. Hi Razor.
I'm not trying to hate on anybody, y'all. Like, I hope the next guy or the big guy streaming does just as well as I do in my up and coming Twitch career. Like, I'm hoping, right? I stream an excessive amount. There will be a time when I won't be able to stream an excessive amount, and it's probably coming here within the next year and a half. Oh, year probably even. Also, I don't know, right?
Mitchell LDN. I wish Mike all the success in his business.
I'm sure he's very successful, and I'm glad. And I'm not opposed to his viewpoint, like him having his viewpoint. I personally, not for me. I don't usually turn off YouTubers unless they're saying stuff that really goes against me and like
it
hits
would be
me.
nice to see every single streamer to do well and be a big streamer.
I mean, yeah, but we don't need a million Kmarts or Walmarts or Targets, right? Like Amazons. I mean, if everybody's a big streamer, then what the fuck? I mean, I don't know. That's not to say that I wouldn't like a bigger
Carl.
community, but
I would NT mind a Kmart comeback.
yeah, but then it's
Mitchell
Sears
LDN.
and that's all
Haha,
dirty,
moved to Europe, none of that here.
right? Yeah, but you also can't
Anakin
strike for better
Gamers.
wages either.
We say that, but that would stifle innovation and healthy competition. Razorknock. ISNT, there already a million Walmarts. Mitchell
I don't
LDN.
think so.
Go to France.
How many Walmarts are there?
Mitchell LDN. They are pro at striking. Razorknock. Sure feels like it. BB Darth Chris. Google. Anakin Gamers. Mitchell LDN. Don't even start brew. Mitchell LDN. Lol. Anakin Gamers. Business is suffocated in Europe and so is innovation. Anakin Gamers. Especially in France.
I just I saw an article as I turned my audio all the way down. I saw an article that was talking about how, maybe it was a YouTube video, I forget. They're not the same,
Mitchell
y'all.
LDN. My businesses are doing rather well lately.
That's saying that Europe is
Anakin
under
Gamers.
like
I lived there
Western
for a year and I
tech.
was losing my fucking mind.
or American like tech, like under the control of American tech or something at this point. Under hostage, like being held hostage
BB
by
Darth
American tech.
Chris.
That's what it was.
Come one.
That's what it was. Is being held hostage by American tech companies like, Silicon Valley. And I was just like, that actually, yeah, probably. Like, I mean, I wrote a theme down at one point, just like ideas that resonate like now, and one of them was where's that? Technology doesn't enslave us, corporations do.
Anakin Gamers. The French police raided an Nvidia office a few weeks ago.
Right? Like, it's not the technology that enslaves us, it's the corporations and what they're doing with it. Right? Like, let's be real. Technology allows us to go to the moon, but it also sticks us on our phone 3 inches from our face. Right? It's a double-edged sword. It's the reoccurring theme of the double-edged sword, right? You walk that line and everything's a double-edged sword, right? Whatever can cut you can just as easily help you. You know? It's
Anakin
nothing's
Gamers.
black and white.
There is no such thing as a concept that has no bad sides in my opinion.
There's nothing that's black and white.
Anakin Gamers. Whatever can cut for you can also cut you too.
Right.
The Red October. Maybe it's just inevitable. Crazy Eye Carl. Anakin Gamers Cheetos. Mitchell LDN. In dealing in business and government it's game A or game B, but no matter where you are there is a game to play. The Red October. Maybe that's our purpose AI. Crazy Eye Carl.
Covered that on this channel
Wrong.
before too.
Anakin Gamers. The Red October. Many humans lack self-control and also greed exists at the expense of morals. Mitchell LDN. I had a good week though. I hired 4 people. Crazy Eye Carl. Our
Congratulations.
purpose is to send Tom Cruise to space to film a movie.
I mean, as long as he takes me with him.
Anakin Gamers. Mitchell LDN looking for one more. Mitchell
As long as he takes me
LDN.
with him.
I feel like the blob each time I hire I get stronger. Mitchell LDN. I am BB
Alright,
Darth
so
Chris.
officially,
Calling my constellation now get red.
the list of celebrities I've been told I look like.
Anakin Gamers.
Indiana Jones, Harrison
Mitchell
Ford.
LDN. I am available.
Ryan Reynolds, Ben Affleck, Russell Crowe. What was the other one? I think somebody said Paul Rudd one time. I'm like, what? Whatever. I mean, there's more, but that's the one I can come off the top of my head. I'm like, I guess depending on the angle and the lighting, I could look like any middle-aged
The
white
Red
guy.
October. Definitely some are in there, my dude.
Right? Like, but I mean, we're all middle-aged white guys, and all middle-aged white guys look alike, especially when they grow the beard with a little bit of gray in it.
Mitchell LDN. I need no days developers still. Mitchell LDN. I could use a few A's also.
No idea what you're talking about. I'm not in the mood for a failure.
Anakin Gamers. I am learning Python RN and I know Salesforce. Mitchell LDN. Back end, front end. The Red October. 420 if you got it. Mitchell LDN. Stop learning Salesforce. Anakin Gamers. I already learnt it.
Well, I'll learn it. This is... That was just so perfect.
Mitchell LDN. Burn it out of your mind. Anakin Gamers. But what makes you say that LMAO? I am curious now.
Oh boy, that was perfect. I don't know why, but I found that hilarious as hell. Hilarious as hell.
Mitchell LDN. It's an evil company. They took JavaScript and renamed it. BB Dark Chris. Okay, I am at 18. Mitchell LDN. And sell consulting on it. Mitchell LDN. It's insane. Mitchell LDN. Apex script really.
That's fucked up. Like, that's why I quit playing
The
that
Red
Myth of Empires
October.
game.
Dude, in playing Starfield feels like Star Citizen's dumb cousin.
Dumb cousin? Oh no, not even. Not even his dumb cousin.
Anakin Gamers. I didn't learn Apex, I just did admin cert.
My opinion of Starfield actually got worse.
Anakin Gamers. The Red October 12 times removed.
Since I've
Mitchell
had...
LDN. We had a Salesforce admin, she wanted 15k a month. Mitchell LDN. I fired her first.
I had, since I've played Empyrean and
Anakin
Star
Gamers.
Citizen since playing Starfield,
Mitchell LDN her.
my opinion of it has gone
BB
down.
Darth Chris. Okay, where you at? Crazy Eye
Microtech.
Carl. I unfollowed a few people because of Starfield. It's a mid-tier game at best and people are treating it like it's Half-Life 3.
Joshua.
Anakin Gamers. Brew I would take no more than 4 LMAO Mitchell LDN.
Well, Carl,
Anakin Gamers.
people are
like at the
allowed,
absolute
in
most.
my opinion, I think, to like what they like. I'm in Microtech. To like
Mitchell
what they like.
LDN. I then got rid of Salesforce.
I enjoyed Starfield while I was playing it, and if you asked me while I was playing it whether I thought it was worth playing, yeah, I put 120 hours in it. I got double my money's worth out of it. 170 hours into it. I got double my money out of it. Clearly, I don't give a fuck. I enjoyed the game very thoroughly. Would I recommend it? Yes. Is it a masterpiece?
Crazy Eye Carl. I understand, but
debatable.
liking it and it being a perfect 10-10 game are different things.
I gave it a 10. Well, I gave it a 9 out of 10,
Mitchell
I think.
LDN.
Just because
Python
it was
and
fun.
no days are good areas to focus on.
Because it was fun. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Maybe a 10 out of 10 when I
Anakin
was playing it.
Gamers. Mitchell LDN. Well,
if
I
I had
am
to look
still
at it
doing
now,
Python and SQL after it.
I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Crazy Eye Carl. I gave it a 7. BB Darth Chris. Okay, where are you at? The Red October. Bro, same 150 hours in it. Bethesda through and through, exactly what I wanted.
I have. I've said it
BB
clear
Darth Chris.
3 times.
Say it clearly.
Microtech.
King Seatown.
Microtech.
2010.
Microtech. Microtech. Do I need to fucking whip out my dick and say it?
Mitchell LDN. Learn NoSQL and GCP and anything cloud, maybe go for a cloud-based architect certification. King Seatown.
Giggity.
GOTY. BB Darth Chris. Coming. Anakin Gamers.
That's what she said.
Microtech.
16 times. She didn't say that. She actually went, oh! 16 times.
Mitchell LDN. My back would go out. Anakin Gamers. Mitchell LDN, thank you for the advice. Mitchell LDN. GL to you.
Have you ever added me as a friend? Because if you haven't added me as a friend, we're
BB
not on the
Darth
same
Chris.
server.
BB Darth C.
Yeah, I can't.
BB Darth Chris. Something.
You gotta add people from the main menu.
BB Darth Chris. BB Darth Chris 007.
You gotta add people from the main menu. What you can do is get to Microtech and set your respawn at Tressler. And then you can send an invite and then I'll add you. Okie doke. I have a feeling this mission's broke. Ooh, somebody's got the cutie. I was gonna ask if that was mine, but it's not, because I don't have one that's that color.
BB Darth Chris. Yay, it's BB Darth.
Yeah, you've got to add me from the main menu. I'm not going to the main menu to add people. Not on a stream.
Crazy Eye Carl.
Not if I'm not
I
already
just
not
don't
going
like reviews based solely on how much it is liked. There are flaws. Is it a bad game? Is it unenjoyable? No, I just don't believe simply liking it makes it perfect.
No, but I guess a review score, well, that's the problem with review scores. Let's call it that. But if when I was playing it, I was enjoying it, and it's one of the few games I've put 170 hours into in the last year, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And if you ask me what I think about it, I will tell you what I think about it. The writing is terrible. The stories are generic as fuck. It's the same Bethesda thing we've gotten every time and again. Skyrim is far superior of a game, right? Because there's more in the world and the immersion is stronger in that, but that's a whole different thing, right? I don't generally rate science fiction space games with science fantasy, magic fantasy, whatever the fuck kind of games you want to call them, because they're very different. World of Warcraft, on the other hand, is a fantasy sci-fi game that I would compare to something, right? Because it does take elements of like interdimensionals and space and you know, the space goats and things. Like, it's a different thing. But when you're thinking of something like Skyrim versus Starborn, like, nah, Starfield and Skyrim, though they share the Bethesda DNA, and even Fallout, they share the DNA, but they're very distinct, different experiences. I think Fallout 4 and Skyrim overall are both very much a better product, a better piece of art, and a better experience. Now, is Starfield a great experience? Yes.
I agree. Mitchell LDN.
Is it a flawless
I even read the WoW novel
Game of
that
the
came
Year
out in the
title?
day one release box.
No. I read Arthas was the only WoW novel I read. I absolutely loved it, and it got me into World of
The Red
Warcraft hard.
October. Starfield, once embraced, is a great experience.
It is an experience. No. Don't understand. Starfield is a great experience. It is a great experience. But it has a lot of flaws. More flaws than any other Bethesda game in the last 20 years. 15 years. I won't go back that far. 15 years from Oblivion on. It has more flaws than any game since Oblivion. And the biggest flaw is the loading screens. And I know I say, like, if you're playing the game right, the loading screens aren't a big issue, but they can be, depending on how you're playing the game, because it becomes a fast travel game. It's not a space game when you look at it like that.
Mitchell
What
LDN.
it is a fast travel game
Would you
that
pick
occasionally...
up Starfield today and play it?
Yes, I would. I wouldn't have changed a thing about it, about my experience, because I know in a year's time, in 2 years' time, the modding community will have taken that game, even Bethesda will have updated that game into a much cleaner, crisper, better experience. Skyrim, when it first came out, was a phenomenal experience.
I guess I believe in the full rating grade scale. I am not saying it is bad, it is a solid 7/10 game. 7/10 is not a bad score, it is just that places like IGN make everyone believe that anything under an 8 makes it garbage. Mitchell
It's not just
LDN.
IGN.
ILL play it eventually.
It's not just IGN. All people, it's a natural thing, because here's the deal. Your school made a 7 out of 10. Bad. And if you think I'm wrong, and you live in the United States, I'm gonna call shenanigans. If you live in another country, I don't know how your school did things, so I can't necessarily prove this point. But if you live in America, the United States, specifically of the American continent, you are inclined to believe that 70
Crazy Eye Carl. AC is
C
passing.
is bad. It's passing, but it's bad.
The Red October. Yeah, I agree. K, you think average when you think C.
When you think a 70, you think a C. When you think 7, you think a C. When you think C, you think mediocre at best. Because D's and E's, a D can technically be a passing grade, unless it's your major. But an E is not. So technically, you have 2 grades of trash before you hit mediocre. And then you have 2 grades of good.
Crazy Eye Carl. Average ISNT bad, though it stands up.
It's not, but because your parents beat your ass when you came home with a C, or they grounded you when you came home with a C, or they took your PlayStation when you came home with a C, it's bad. And I will fight you on that. Because it's exactly what parents do. You come home with anything less than a B on a good day.
Mitchell LDN.
And if your parents are fucking
I was fine with C's in engineering school, lol.
Yeah, but that's different. Engineering school is not your parents. You just got by and you were happy with that. I'm not faulting you for that. I got by with C's and D's in classes that weren't part of theater. My major is theater. I'm double concentration in theater technology and theater performance. So when it comes to making a show happen on the live stage, I'm pretty fucking phenomenal at most of the things involved in doing that, including up to in performance. Okay? Now, if you ask me how I did in my math classes or my science classes, even though I'm a huge fan of those things, I'm gonna tell you, not too hot. I barely passed, but because they weren't part of my major, and they were just things I had to take as a core curriculum, I got away with a D and a C. Right? That fucking hurt my GPA as far as I'm concerned, because I'm a much better student than that, but I was dealing with a lot of other shit.
Crazy eye Carl. I didn't get any of that, to be honest. I got CS and BS. My dad never asked about my grades, and my mother knew I was just bored cause I obliterated tests but didn't care for homework.
You're an exception to the
Mitchell
rule though, Carl.
LDN. I agree, my C doesn't reflect my ability for solving engineering issues.
And I'm not necessarily talking about possibly the millennial parents, if you're a younger or even younger. Like, I'm a few decades old. And so I'm talking about, like, my
Mitchell
mom.
LDN. I am 47. Crazy eye Carl. I am mid-30.
My mom absolutely would flip if I wasn't bringing home minimum B's, but I also had a string where I did a lot of D's and E's, and so she put the fear of God in me with my grades, and it was just because I didn't do them. I just didn't do my homework. I just pushed it at my desk, and when they did parent-teacher conferences, they pulled out all the papers, and it was just a brick of fucking paper, and my mom, my stepfather had to take my mom to the
Mitchell
bar.
LDN. When I discovered keg
avoid her
parties,
getting
I
home.
got all D's.
So, yeah, no, my college was coping with shit and a lot of alcohol, a lot of work, like at college, because theater's a lot of work. We worked a lot of sleeping, a lot of gaming, a lot of everything in between. It was crazy. I don't even know how I had that much hours in a day to do that stuff. It was crazy. I don't know how.
Mitchell LDN. When you were 20s, you got that energy.
I was in my 30s, bro. This damn year, I was like 27 or something. I started late because I went
Mitchell
to war.
LDN. Haha.
Never went to a combat zone. It wasn't really war, but could have been. Right? I woke up
Mitchell
every day not
LDN.
knowing if I was gonna wake up.
IDDI the same. Mitchell LDN. Not combat.
I was in a combat zone. I was never in combat, but
Anakin Gamers,
we were
I was
under
able to
indirect
recover
fire.
the 4 golden tickets from last night.
We had rockets going off regularly, bombs at the gates. Never knew if we were gonna wake up.
Anakin
It's fucking
Gamers.
terrible.
Lol lucky.
I
Crazy
can only
eye
imagine
pal.
what
I was
can't.
sent places as bait, which is fun.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what the people that are actually under rocket fire and shit right now are feeling and how that is. Like, I mean, I know what I felt in our situation, and our situation was different. I can't even imagine. Even fucking imagine, man.
Mitchell LDN. They have deployed more NATO troops here to prevent this.
I don't even know, man. All I know is some of the shit I'm seeing.
Mitchell LDN. We have 40k UK troops.
Some of the stuff I've seen
Anakin
people say
gamers.
just drives me
NATO deployments don't prevent shit.
nuts. Let's
Mitchell
not.
LDN. Sorry 40k NATO. Mitchell LDN. They do.
Let's
Anakin
not,
gamers. They don't.
Let's not. Please no. We're not gonna argue about what's what right now. Let's not do that.
Crazy Eye Carl. We asked why we weren't given our rifles, and I am not joking. They said if they attack us, they LL wipe us out before you can get your rifle. Crazy Eye Carl. Which is always nice. Anakin gamers. How did you get Mantis armor in SC?
Because it's generic as fuck. So yeah, my thoughts about that game is it was a fun game. Like, I recommend if you want to play a game, definitely play
Tic Tac
Starfield.
Jim.
If you like
Morning
Bethesda.
buddy.
Hey, what's up, Tic Tac? If you like Bethesda games, absolutely. If you think Bethesda games are overrated, then it's probably not going to be for you, but it's still a fun experience. Is it as good as the space games that you probably normally play if you play Empyrean, Space Engineers, Dual Universe, Star Citizen, or any of these other games? No, but it does scratch a different itch. It scratches more of a Skyrim itch, or a Fallout itch, than it does one of these itches. So in that right, it is a fun game, it is entertaining, it's worthy of a play. I put 170 hours into it, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I give it like an 8 out of 10 at this point.
Did you ever like Space Engineers?
No. Yes and no. But no.
Crazy Eye Carl. My final statement is that I never said Starfield was bad or not fun. I just don't feel it deserves the praise it gets, cause we all know Bethesda could do better.
And they will. And that's kind of the Bethesda game cycle. Especially since Skyrim. We know that Starfield will be a 10-year game, and it will get better. And I think that's probably,
Crazy
maybe that's
Eye
the
Carl.
bad thing.
Baldur's Gate 3 spoiled me.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Baldur's Gate at this point in history, right now, would be my choice for Game of the Year. Hands down, nothing else this year beat it. I didn't play every game this year, but out of everything that came out, out of everything I played, nothing beats Baldur's Gate. In fact, that was what I was gonna play tonight. I thought hard
Anakin
about that.
gamers. I watched a Dungeons and Dragons movie and it made me wanna buy BG even though I don't like fantasy or know anything about D&D.
You don't have to, dude. That's the thing about fantasy that's so great. And especially about Baldur's Gate 3. The thing about Baldur's Gate 3 that's amazing, and I've been watching some TikTok videos, or no, YouTube shorts. I don't watch TikTok really.
Crazy Eye Carl. Anakin gamers honor among thieves. I bought BG3 right after watching it.
If you guys have got BG3 and anybody wants to play, I got a campaign we gotta finish, but I gotta get through it. We're on the 3rd act, and I've got all player characters in my group, so I'm pretty much fucked. I can't do any of the story stuff.
BB Darth Chris. On my way. Anakin gamers. Crazy Eye Carl. Yeah, LMAO, it was a good movie.
If the must-buy games this year, 100%, Baldur's Gate and Starfield. Everything else you can pick up when it's on sale. And even Starfield if you'd really like to. But if you're looking for something that's going to give you a lot of stuff to do...
BB Darth Chris. Screw ST Garfield.
That's your personal opinion.
Anakin gamers. This year was pretty decent for gaming, I know.
But those are the 2 games that I could tell you...
BB Darth Chris. You can watch a PowerPoint slideshow and get the same thing.
No, you can't. I played the game for 170 hours. You definitely can't.
Crazy Eye Carl. I'd even put Armored Core in that list.
I didn't play Armored Core, but yeah, probably.
BB Darth Chris. Ah.
I've never played those kinds of games.
BG3 even runs on my M2 Mac.
But Baldur's Gate is definitely a must-play because the love that went into that game is a true piece of art.
Sounds get bonus points for Mac support.
Starfield, I say, is a must-play.
Is BG a heavy game?
How do you mean heavy? Like, heavy install? Or do you mean like heavy as in like what do you mean?
Crazy Eye Carl. Yes, I even bought the 10 add-on for BG3 simply to throw 10 more to the devs. Anakin Gamers. Like on the hardware.
It can be, but I don't think it has to be. Don't think it has to be. I would check it maybe and see what the stats are.
BB Darth Chris. Wear it at Microtech.
Well, you didn't add me as a friend, and if you did, I didn't accept it.
Anakin Gamers. Mitchell LDN, did it run well on your Mac? Crazy Eye Carl. I'm running it on a 2070 Super. BB Darth Chris. I do know how to do that.
You have to go to the main menu and add a friend.
BB Darth Chris. Third time playing.
Yeah, you gotta go to the main menu and add a friend. Because you can't add friends in game unless you can see them. If I can physically find you, sure, great, perfect, but I can't. Because you're probably not in my game.
Mitchell LDN. Runs okay. Crazy Eye Carl. BB Darth Chris 007 at S before you enter the verse.
Yes.
BB Darth Chris. Well, we can find each other.
That's not how this works. Not yet, anyways. Maybe eventually, but not yet. The only way to
BB
find
Darth
people.
Chris. Well, who knows? Crazy Eye Carl.
Okay.
It would be quicker to log out, add friend, and then join the game.
Yep. Especially since I'm in a bunker with missions and I'm not exactly looking to go to the main menu. Not to be an asshole, but also sort of.
BB Darth Chris. Flying to Microtech now 42 million kilometers away.
You just need to make sure you set your respawn to Port Tressler.
BB Darth Chris. Got you. Mitchell LDN. Are you focused on bunkers instead of salvage overall now?
I never really focused on salvage. We did a little bit, but... Oh, you mean like the cargo salvage? I don't care. I want my jump back, but that's...
Mitchell LDN. Yes.
Nobody's been really playing. So... Ain't been really too worried about
Mitchell LDN. I got 890 yesterday. BB Darth Chris. How do you turn on light?
L. T if you're in pursuit.
Anakin Gamers. Mitchell LDN, he lost his 890 in the 320 update.
Yeah. Also lost my A2. That one pissed me off.
Anakin Gamers. We called it Moby Dick. Mitchell
I'm more mad
LDN.
my A2
I
because it had
remember.
all of our toys. All my toys were in the A2, and I'm livid that they removed those things. I'm more livid that the douchebags that were exploiting that made them remove it, because if they hadn't fucking exploited it that hard, they wouldn't have removed it.
Mitchell LDN. I lost about 20 meters in ships, but he lost a lot more.
It's all good though. It's just a game.
Anakin Gamers. I lost all but my Corsair in that last update around 15
Just
mil.
a game. They come and they go.
Crazy Eye Carl. BB Darth Chris 007. How many monitors do you have, or do you have your phone nearby? What you could do is open a window with the controls on your second monitor or phone and just leave it open. Mitchell LDN. This is why I cannot stop doing salvage lol. Mitchell LDN. I want all my ships and say 100 mil. Anakin Gamers. I also have that addiction lol. BB Darth Chris. Anakin Gamers. Wanna do salvage together. BB Darth Chris. Now I am too drunk for that. Mitchell LDN. It's like insurance. Anakin Gamers. Mitchell LDN SIG Protection Insurance. Anakin Gamers. SIG BS Insurance. Mitchell LDN. Yup, you never know when you will need it. Mitchell LDN. I need about 10 meters of core ships to rebuild the fleet. Anakin Gamers. If you get lucky you can make like 15 mil from one run. Mitchell LDN. C2 mil from there I can eventually get back to 100M. Mitchell LDN. I made 20 from one run last week. Anakin Gamers. Damn, most IVE ever made is around 8. Mitchell LDN. I hit a group of 5 C2s with Maze and Quant. Anakin Gamers. From a single ship I mean. Mitchell LDN. Yesterday I found 245 SCU of Quant in one ship. Anakin Gamers. Jeez. Mitchell LDN. Another was 199 of Slam. Anakin Gamers. Yeah, your luck is a lot better than mine. Mitchell LDN. But I do a lot of C2s, A2s, etc. Anakin Gamers. Never do Wake of Distaster. Mitchell LDN. I have been lucky, but I will spend 0 time on a low val 1.
Yeah, I've heard people are making money on Wake of Disaster.
Anakin Gamers. Careful, you re-walking too loud, Kaezlo.
I probably was, actually.
BB Darth Chris. 14 mil kilometer away. Mitchell
I was going
LDN.
heel to toe.
So I go for volume of checking.
I was going heel to toe and I shouldn't have been.
Medic Son's guarantee. Good morning.
Morning, Medic.
Mitchell LDN. I treat it as a slot machine math.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be mad or annoyed with you. You just have to go to the main menu and add me, and then I'll accept a friend and you
Anakin
can join with me.
Gamers. Well, the problem with Wake of
Or-
Disaster is that it spawns the carrack and there is no way to take out
Actually-
the big boxes from the carrack.
Hold up. Maybe you don't. Now that I walked around and some blood flowed around, I got an idea. I have an idea.
Mitchell LDN. I am using the 890 for salvage now. Mitchell LDN. It can
Break the
hold more.
spectrum.
Anakin Gamers. That's scary if you get pirated. Anakin Gamers.
Why the fuck does
I
RSI
got
want to know what my
pirated 3
location
times
is?
in a row.
Absolutely not. Or wait, or was that alerts?
Mitchell
Oh, that was-
LDN. It's almost easier to load with the top hanger.
What was your name?
Mitchell LDN. 1 meter in shields.
In-game?
Medic Son's guarantee. Where you got pirated.
I got pirated? No.
BB Darth Chris. BB Dare. Anakin Gamers. Hi Medic. Anakin Gamers. Brio's the salvage yard on Hurston. Mitchell LDN. Takes 20 minutes to find the turrets but the shields work. BB Darth Chris. BB Darth. Mitchell LDN. Oh, on sale. Mitchell LDN. Go sell at KL4.
I sent
Mitchell
it.
LDN. CRUL4. BB Darth Chris. Stay there, I will land.
But I don't know if you got the request.
Anakin Gamers. Last time I went there they didn't buy most of my resources, just a small number of illegal stuff.
Would have got the message though.
Mitchell
normally do that.
LDN. 50 per cycle. Medic Son's guarantee. Yes, only 5 at a time.
Launch complete.
BB Darth Chris. Oye. Mitchell
This one's still
LDN.
busted.
I just sell there while I am on calls. BB Darth Chris. Okay, I am here. Where are you again?
You haven't accepted my friend request.
Mitchell LDN. Then ILL go salvage in between meetings.
You're not on my server, so I'm not where you are. I have no idea where you are. Can't find me. You have to accept my friend request, then you have to join my server. Means you have to exit to the main menu and then join on friend. Which you do by right-clicking on the friend's name
BB Darth Chris.
in the main menu.
Hold on.
So I've been watching the new superhero TV show thing. That green guy with an L in his name, and I've enjoyed it. I think Tom Hiddleston's a hell of an actor, and I'm having fun with it. It's probably stupid and irreverent. I shouldn't have fun with it, but I've enjoyed it. I don't watch much Disney Plus stuff, but that particular one I was waiting for because I enjoyed the first one. I don't pay much attention to what the big old MCU's doing, but I do appreciate Tom Hiddleston's work, his character work. He's a gem. He absolutely is. Glad he got his second season. That was why we started late. Well, that's why I didn't start as early as I usually do on the weekends. I was finishing that up while I was eating. Alright, I was eating and then I was finishing it up because it's good. I thought it was good. It was fun. Good fun. There we go. Again, I just go to be entertained. I stopped reading comic books a long time ago. And I think a lot of what the MCU does is trash.
Anakin Gamers. Alright man, gotta head out. Have a great rest of the stream 07.
Alright. Alrighty. Feeling. I have a feeling. See you.
BB Darth Chris. Is there a place to land on the planet?
Yep. Several of them. You have your QT up, it's the diamonds and triangles and shit on the ground.
Landing gear up.
Pentagons, home plate looking things, whatever the hell they are.
Quantum travel complete.
BB Darth Chris. New Babbage.
Yeah, that's the big one. You son of a bitch.
Weapons off. Crusader Industries. A journey worth taking. Systems on.
It was way closer than that, I know it was. When I turned off the power.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
Oh, what the f- You fucking game.
Quantum travel engaged.
BB Darth Chris. Well, I have to accept your request.
Hey, do it through the friends F11 menu. For the friends tab.
Weapons off. Crusader
F11
Industries.
under the
A
friends.
journey worth taking. Systems on.
At least we've got a gun this time. I don't think we have any ammo for it though. I didn't pick up the magazine. Oops. Oops. So yeah, Wrath of the Lich King, Ice Crown. Well, Lich King's I don't think is available yet, but Ice Crown's available. I don't know how they did that, but maybe they did make Lich King available immediately. classic World of Warcraft. I don't really play that because I don't know, the accessibility to the game is kind of shitty because harder to play with your peoples. You gotta like be on like one specific server. There's no like real battle grouping or anything. Not fun for having new people come in and play it. Dragonflight's fun as fuck though. I enjoy my dragon. I'm an evoker. Devastator evoker. I breathe fire and throw fireballs at people and icicles and shit. It's pretty cool. And I can fly. Got wings, got tail. Yeah. I play a lot of games. Like a lot of stuff. Fantasy and sci-fi. I tend to like more sci-fi than fantasy, but I do like some sci-fi very much so.
BB Darth Chris. Waiting on landing clearance.
Ah, shit. It was blue a minute ago. There's somebody down here. Yeah, that was definitely blue. Or is it still blue?
Docking initiated. Docking denied. Landing gear down. Landing complete. Launch complete. Landing complete.
About to be sick. Holy shit.
BB Darth Chris. Yay, the game is giving me fits, will not give me clearance to land.
You have to request it. I don't just give it to you. You gotta ask for it.
BB Darth Chris. Request already in progress.
And request it again until they tell you you've already got a request clearance. Or hostiles. Ah, very good. Very good.
BB Darth Chris. Is there a size restriction?
Yeah. On what? What? No. No, you just gotta request it and they grant access. These are 4. I think there's a ship. That is. Shouldn't have left those lights on, actually. Shit's annoying. Not a fan of rubber banding, yo. Lightning ran away. So these ones are broke too, still. I think it might just be this area too, because I saw somebody doing them in Hurston. Not these, but they were doing the drug missions in Hurston. I think it was Hurston. It wasn't here. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm getting the clear all hostiles, but there's no hostiles here. They'd have been shooting at me by now. Heard him screaming or something. Didn't even get the ship spawn this time though, to be honest. Normally there's a ship spawn, comes down. Show up, I wonder. I don't think he's actually gonna be here. There's nobody there. So these missions are all a bust. All a bust. Every one of them. Awesome. We need to go hit the station. Need to go hit the station.
Engines on.
Never mind. I was gonna go check to see if there's anything in that box down there, but I assumed the dude in the Hornet took it. Whatever was in there. And he's still here.
Engines on.
Unless it's Octavia. There's the 4 I was looking for. Probably.
Quantum travel engaged.
Later, Joe. Whatever your name is.
Landing gear up. Quantum travel.
Oh yeah. Gotta love that water. Trustler.
BB Darth Chris. People shooting at me. BB Darth Chris. Oh well.
Where are you at? What'd you do to get people shooting at you? What did you do? Just shoot at them first? Because that'll generally get people shooting at you. You shoot them first.
BB Darth Chris. Radar. Medic Son's guarantee. Why they shoot at you?
Why doesn't anybody do anything?
Quantum travel engaged.
BB Darth Chris. Ryari Deltana Research Outpost. Medic Son's guarantee. Ramming speed.
Quantum travel complete.
Zoom, zoom.
Throttle engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Oh, you know what? You have to fly to the space, to the shipyard, or the landing pads. If you don't fly to the landing pads, it won't give you the waypoint or the landing pad bay. Because you can request it at a certain distance, but that's not the distance that it populates the landing location. You have to fly closer to the landing. When you're, landing at Babbage. I got a sweet tooth this weekend. Got a bag of those Reese's pumpkins, and then I grabbed some like pretzels and Doritos. It's those pineapple jalapeno Doritos again. Because they were cheap. Like I ain't paying $6 for a bag of fucking Doritos. I don't know how Frito-Lay thinks that like I'm going to. I'm not that addicted to their MSG laden crack. Ridiculous. Cost of food right now is fucking robbery. Eggs went back down though. I was looking at
BB Darth Chris. I think I landed.
Okay. Fuck'd you do to him? Damn, dude. Okay, man. War's over. They say. So they say. Oh.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Raisinok. Looks like F8C flat is on PTU https twitter.com Roberts space in status 1,712,912,352,297,820,000.
Wow. All right. Be sheeple. Go and go where they tell you to go. Go play where they tell you to play.
How to get people to play PTU.
break the main game, give them no choice, and then say, hey, since we fucked up the main game so much, we'll make sure that you get the licenses on the PTU too. Like, all the missions that worked prior to this update are broke. The event stuff is broke because of the
Razornock.
missions.
No one will actually play PTU, just sit and wait.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Alright, this may be the end of it. We may be quitting right here. Done. Not fucking doing it tonight. I'm just not.
BB Darth Chris. Yay, I crashed lol.
Not doing it. Can't do my missions.
Medic Son's guarantee. Lol. Razornock.
Can't
Medbed
heal in my
still
ship.
bugged.
Can't even fly my fucking ships because they keep disappearing every time they update because I'm flying them and I have to rebuy them every time. I was kind of trying to get a golden ticket, you know? No, I mean, thought it would be nice. I had one the other day, but I was gonna grab one, see if I could find one. You know? I've been trying to see if I can find one.
Yeah, nothing works except for very few things.
But they turned Jumptown back on, y'all.
Razornock. I have 4.
They turned Jumptown back on. With all this bullshit. Game was running like shit, and so there's like, hey, let's just turn on Jumptown.
Razornock. So dumb to run Jumptown.
Whatever. Whatever.
BB Darth Chris. This going to be fun. Medic Son's guarantee. There is salvage but impossible to sell if you streaming and it is Jumptown.
It's been impossible to sell. I haven't had a problem selling stuff when I'm streaming. I'm not dealing with this shit. Not gonna deal with it. What do we want to do though? We need something else to play. Because I don't.
Razornock.
I just don't
You
want the
sell
stress.
salvage at a TDD.
Oh yeah, I haven't been running drugs. Good point though. Fair point. It'd be impossible to run drugs today with the Jumptown in it.
BB Darth Chris. Okay, what server you on?
I'm not. I'm done.
Kitty Cat. Kaezlo, buy me the front and play it with me. Medic Son's guarantee. I am researching combat ships and assassination.
Combat ships and assassination.
Medic Son's guarantee. I figure way to kill NPC with com on he no crim stat. Kitty Cat. Kaezlo, the front is a really good survival game, trust me. Razornock. Never heard of the front.
Just came out on the 11th. You know, I don't know, Kat. You didn't play V Rising with us for very long. Also, I can't buy anybody games.
Medic Son's guarantee. What happened to Star Trek Infinite? Kitty Cat. I will play it, I promise.
I can't afford to
Kitty
buy games
Cat.
right now.
ILL play it a lot.
I smell. I don't know what I smell, but I smell something.
Alright, now mommy, daddy button.
Hey, what's up, Will? 67% of the reviews are positive. It's mixed.
Will Treaty. That's what you smelled. Kitty Cat. I bought you Miles Morales for $35. Remember now you can give back Mr. Kaezlo.
Okay.
Medic
alright.
Son's guarantee. More IBPC overheating a B. Medic Son's guarantee. Overheating.
No, I don't think so. Alright. And that right there, Kat, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. That right fucking there is why I didn't want you to buy Miles Morales. And I said no the first 3 times you asked. That right fucking there. I can't refund the game. I would.
Will Treaty. I've heard some good things about the front, but haven't been able to try it myself.
That is why I don't like the idea of people buying games and then sending them to me, right? Because at some point somebody expects a return. And I didn't ask for Miles Morales. I said no, and you sent it, and you begged me to play it, and I did.